43,000 retired city employees. And what I found with Dasha is that we've had more assistance from a number of our members of SEIU 10 to 1 as well, who have needed his assistance, and he's been giving it willingly and very quickly, and has been much more responsive. So we strongly urge.
Time's up, Claire.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I do want to note, because I'm hearing some of the comments in terms of how we call people is as they sign up and as we see them on the chat. So we want to make sure that everyone gets the same treatment and everyone gets 60 seconds. So if for some reason you're not able to get on, or please let us know in the chat. But we're trying to give everyone the same opportunity. The next 5 speakers following Mary Harris will be John Winston, Lizzie Velton, Kitty Fong, and Arsenio Berenson. Mary Harris.
Mary Harris.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Mary.
Okay, thank you. My name is Mary Harris, and I've lived in the OMI for 46 years and raised our 4 children here. I'm a founding member of the District 11 Democratic Club. I'd like to ask you to endorse Supervisor Asha Safai. He's done a great job for 4 years, and he deserves 4 more years. A few examples of as soon as he was elected, we had a homicide. We've had many homicides on the Lakeview area of the neighborhood. He organized a town hall, and we, in 2 months, got cameras that we had been lobbying for years and years in the Lakeview area. And knock on wood, we've had no more homicides in that area. Earlier this year, the SFMTA took away the M line, which isolated our seniors. We have no grocery store, pharmacy, hardware store, etc. I called the supervisor, and as soon as staff was added to the SFMTA, because a lot of them took off because of COVID, the M line was restored. That's the type
Thumbs
of—
up, Mary.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Bye.
Bye. Next speaker, John Winston. John, can you hear us?
Yes, I'm here now.
Perfect.
Hi, this is, you want me to get the video going too? Yes, my name is John Winston, District 7. I'm going to let other people speak for Myrna Melgar's impeccable progressive credentials, but I'm coming to you today as a transportation and housing activist. Due to the COVID-19 crisis, the city's at a transportation crossroad. Muni is fundamentally broken. Most of its lines are gone, and it's even questionable whether many of them will come back. BART and Caltrain, as you know, are on the verge of shutting down. Bicycling is enjoying a renaissance right now, but when the cars come back, it's going to be really dangerous. Myrna, what's going to happen when we come back is the city's going to be left in gridlock, and we will need experienced leadership to re-envision and build a new transportation system. The thing is a good transportation plan has to be coupled with an excellent land use plan. That's why we have to look towards Myrna Melgar. She's got the credentials as a planner, and we really need a planner on the Board of Supervisors. She will be the first and only planner to be on the Board of Supervisors. So Myrna Melgar for District 7.
Time's up, John. Sorry.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The next speakers are Lizzie Velton, Kitty Fong, Arsenio Berenson, and Sean Buford. So next, Lizzie Velton.
Hello, DCCC members. Thank you for allowing me the chance to speak tonight. My name is Lizzie Velton. I'm with the American Heart Association, and I'm here to urge your support of item number 7, Senate Bill 793, restricting the sale of flavored tobacco statewide. I was honored 3 years ago to stand with member Cohen and later with Supervisor Walton and those who took up her mantle in the battle against big tobacco. in championing the health of San Francisco youth and communities of color who have been systematically targeted with marketing of deadly candy and mint flavored tobacco products. I'm also excited to be working with Member Maliga on updating San Francisco Unified School District vaping and tobacco policy. And I really do ask you all to please support this resolution and protect the health of all Californians. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lizzie.
Kitty, and then Arsenio.
Kitty. Member Nancy Tong and member, I think the proxy of Malia Cohens wants to do a public comment. Should they do it at the end or should we bring them on right now for the Charter Club?
We can just add them to the list.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, Kitty.
Hi.
The next 5 people.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Kitty.
Hi, good evening, Chair Temples and members of the DCCC. My name is Kitty Fong, and I'm the president of the Rose Pack Democratic Club, and I hope you'll vote to recharter our club tonight. Very much like late Auntie Rose Pack, we're dedicated to elevate the political voices of API residents and other minorities in San Francisco. And it's one of the major progressive API Democratic Club in the city. We're dedicated to elevate progressive APIs in the political arena. Moreover, our club has been actively meeting and talking to political candidates or appointed commissioner to make sure that these candidates are qualified to represent and could be kept accountable for our community. At this unprecedented and threatening time, our club continues to work hard in helping the vulnerable, low-income residents and small businesses in Chinatown. And I want to give a huge shout out to our members that volunteers regularly to help deliver meals to seniors within NFROs. I'm honored to be part of this extended family, and I look forward to continue working alongside with our members and serving the community. Thank you, everyone on the DCCC, and I hope you will continue to support our club and the work that we do.
Thank you.
Okay, next speaker,
Next speaker. Yeah, next
please.
speaker.
Arsenio and then Sean.
Correct, yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Arsenio.
Yes. My name is Mr. Balanson. I live in the neighborhood for over 50 years and known as the mayor of West Portal. I'm proud to endorse Myrna as the best supervisor of the district. I've known so many people running around in the district, and after that, they're gone. But Myrna had been working very hard for our district for many, many, many years, and I can attest to that. She's involved in the YMCA, the PTA, the Merchant Association, and Neighborhood Association. Myrna is expert in the housing development and in the community. 8 of the supervisors endorse her, and 5 of the members of the college board endorse her, including David Chu. Please endorse Myrna because she will be good for the neighborhood in the whole city of San Francisco. Thank you very much, and we hope and pray that you people at
Time's
the
up,
board
Arsenio.
will
Thank
support
you.
her. Thank you so much.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so we have Sean Buford, and then we're going to go to Tyra Fennell.
Correct.
Mr. Buford, you have the floor.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yes.
can hear you.
Thank you very much. Good evening again. My name is Sean Buford. I am the president of San Francisco Firefighter Local 798, a San Francisco native and current resident of the city and county of San Francisco. San Francisco firefighters did early endorsements of Supervisors Aaron Peskin in District 3, Supervisor Hilary Rowan in District 9, and Supervisor Asha Safahi in District 11. We strongly are hoping that the DCCC will endorse all 3 of these candidates, but especially Supervisor Asha Safahi, who has been a strong advocate of public safety and firefighters. San Francisco Labor Council also voted to endorse all incumbents in the November election. It is my request that the DCCC do sole endorsements in 3, 9, and 11, and also of the incumbents, and also do a rank endorsement in District 1, and District 5, and District 7. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I
Thank
know
you.
that Tyra Fennell wants to speak in her personal capacity. Ms. Fennell.
Hi, my name is Tyra Fennell. I am a member of the Eastern Neighborhoods Democratic Club, and I'm here today to talk in support of its rechartering. The Eastern Neighborhoods Democratic Club is a relatively new club that focuses solely on districts 3, 6, and 10 along the Southeast sector, increasing voter registration, education forums on different pieces of legislation coming on the ballot, and also a myriad of programs. We have grown the Democratic Club from a meager 80 members to now over 160 members sprawled across the 3 districts, and continue to do a lot of work to engage voters in those districts that are often overlooked. So I'll keep it short and sweet. I just want to encourage the rechartering of the Eastern Neighborhoods Democratic Club and hope it's approved tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Zoe, if you can read the next 5 speakers, please.
Sure. So the next 5 are Joe Lighthizer, Karen Babbitt, Patrick Johnson, Alan Barrett Shorter, and Jean Doyle.
Okay,
And I'll put
Joe.
those in the chat too.
Okay, go ahead, Joe.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Joe.
Sorry. I'd like to ask the DCCC to endorse incumbent D11 Supervisor Asha Safai. Asha has proven himself to be a tireless advocate for the interests of the residents of D11, a district that has often in the past felt itself farthest from City Hall in more than miles. One example I can offer in this short time is Asha's work on behalf of the small merchants along our commercial corridors, work in part through his support of the Excelsior Action Group. Without Asha's support, I think this group may very well have dissolved. In this and in so many other ways, Asha's backing of D11 interests has been crucial, and I ask you please to endorse him for the 2nd term that he and D11 residents deserve. Thank you.
Thank you. And we're going to go to Karen Babbitt and then Patrick Johnson.
Karen?
Sorry about that. Of course, my computer froze right when I needed to be heard. I am calling in or zooming in tonight on behalf of the Sierra Club. I'm not on the executive committee this year, but they've trusted me to come speak for them, which I hope I don't mess up for them. And we just want to put in a good word for 3 of the candidates we've endorsed so far, supervisor candidates. We are only halfway through the process, sadly. As many of you know, it's rather long and involved. So we've only gotten through districts 3, 5, and 11, along with a couple city college and a BART board director. I want to let you know we endorsed Aaron Paskin in District 3, Dean Preston in District 5, and Hillary in District 9. And if I have enough time, I'll tell you a little bit about why for each in reverse order for fun. Hillary Ronan, we very much appreciate her work on affordable housing and trying to address the homelessness crisis. Dean Preston, we like his work on transit and housing pre-pandemic with the longer buses, mid-pandemic trying to take the lead on stopping the increase of muni fares, which really would have been bad. Supervisor Peskin.
Thumbs up, Karen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next
Thank
speaker.
you, Karen. Thank you to the Sierra Club. We're going to go now to Patrick and then Alex and Jean.
Patrick?
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you, members of the DCCC. My name is Patrick Johnson Whitty. I'm a musician in the San Francisco Ballet Orchestra, and I'm also a member of the American Federation of Musicians Local 6. I'm speaking today in support of Dean Preston and his campaign to be reelected as District 5 Supervisor. Dean has received several endorsements from unions representing workers who are being asked to risk their lives in order to keep the economy and society functioning. And he got those endorsements because he listens to and protects the interests of working class people. And as the unemployment rate continues to rise and the economy continues to crater, the need for elected officials like Dean has never been more pressing. For the sake of workers, I urge the DCCC to vote in favor of endorsing Dean Preston for District 5. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we'll go on to Alex and then Jean, and then Zoe, if you can put the next 5 speakers on the chat. Thank you.
No problem.
Hi, everyone. My name is Alex Barrett Shorter. I am the co-president of the San Francisco Young Democrats. I'll be brief because I know Luis Zamora, who's also waiting in the queue, the other co-president, has more extended remarks on behalf of SFYD. I just want to speak in favor of rechartering the San Francisco Young Democrats. SFYD has been an important avenue, particularly for young working professionals in San Francisco, to learn more about and become involved in local politics. Luis Zamora and I often like to brag that both the current executive director and the immediate past executive director of the DCCC are current SFYD board members, which I think just goes to show how important our organization is. We have sincerely appreciated all of the leadership of the DCCC, and I hope to continue collaborating with you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Next speaker, Jen Dolly.
Thank you. Jean?
Jean, can you hear us?
Hello, members. My name is Manish Champsey. I'm logged in as my wife. Don't tell Trump, he might use it as a context to bring in troops here. Anyway, I'm a District 7 resident, and I wanted to put my hat in the ring for Myrna Melgar, who I believe is the most progressive candidate who can be elected in District 7. Myrna has shown that she can work across the aisle. She's received endorsements from a wide cross-section of politicians and residents across the city. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. I'm going to read a few more names. Blythe Young, Connie Ford, Bruce Agate, Aquila Hernandez, and Thomas Duda. So Blythe, Connie, Bruce.
Blythe, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Perfect.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Blythe Young. I'm the Community Advocacy Director for the Heart Association here in the Bay Area, and also a member of the San Francisco Tobacco-Free Coalition. And I'd like to speak tonight on item 7 to encourage your support of SB 793. As my colleague Lizzie Belton mentioned, this is a very important milestone for California to pass a policy on comprehensive flavored tobacco regulation for the current generation and future generations to come. It's been a long time affecting communities of color, and the LGBTQ community in San Francisco has an opportunity to stand up and support. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right,
Next speak.
now Connie Ford. And of course,
I think she just disconnected. So next speaker.
Okay, so we'll come back to Connie Ford. And is Bruce Agate and Aquila Hernandez on?
Yes. So Bruce Agate first, and after Aquila Hernandez.
Go ahead, Mr. Agate.
Bruce,
Hi
can you
there.
hear? Oh, yes.
Yes, I'd like to invoke presidential privilege, but I will keep the comments short. Good evening, Chair Campos and members of the DCCC. My name is Bruce Agate. I'm the president of the Eastern Neighborhoods Democratic Club. We're on the agenda tonight to respectfully request rechartering of our club. For members of the DCCC who are not, or for members who are not on the DCCC when we were chartered back in February 2018, I wanted to share our mission. ENDC was established by residents of San Francisco's Districts 3, 6, and 10 to organize voters and advocate an urbanist equity platform with a focus on creating complete communities with goals of keeping current residents and families in San Francisco while welcoming newcomers. We organize around issues related to public safety, environment, affordable housing, transportation, education, and workforce development. And our board has just voted to add board seats for justice reform and small business. We are proud of what we accomplished in the last 2 years. We have recruited a diverse group of board members, have grown our membership to over 160 members, organized voter registration efforts, and educated our members for upcoming elections by organizing debates and proposition forums highlighted by debates in District 6 and District 10 in 2018, where we had over 200 attendees at each debate. And in 2019, for the DA race, we co-hosted with the ACLU and Indivisible SF, where we had over 400 attendees. We have a modest slate card program, mailing slate cards to over 25,000 frequent voting Democrats in districts 3, 6, and 10, and organize a robust GOTV program. We have over 20 board members, and I'd like to take a moment to just thank them for all their efforts. They put in a lot of work, all volunteering their time, and a special shout out to former DCCC member Sophie Maxwell, who was our liaison, and we really appreciate her support. Thank you so much. There's so much work ahead, and thank you for your consideration.
Thank you very much, Mr. Maggot. We're gonna go to Akela Hernandez, and then I don't know if Connie Ford has made it back on. Okay.
I don't.
Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Akela Hernandez. I'm a community member. I was born and raised in the city, and I'm here to express my support for John Avalos for District 11. I think that John is the people's candidate. He's the labor candidate. You know, that's a testament to that is he's earned the sole endorsement from the SEIU Local 1021. And the city workers know that he's on our side. He also has a better track record when it comes to affordable housing and protecting the community, the Latinx community specifically, from being displaced in the city. He also knows that safety and community safety doesn't mean policing, and has worked in the past to move towards defunding the police. And I think that it's just important that you endorse John Avalos for District 11. He's done really wonderful things for the community. And yeah, I give him all of my thumbs up. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much. Thomas Duda. And if Zoe, if you can put the next 5 names on the chat, please. But and if Connie Ford can also get on. So Thomas.
But I don't see Connie yet.
As a member of the Richmond District Democratic Club, I ask the committee to give its sole endorsement to Connie Chan. I have been a registered voter and a registered Democrat at 7th and Anza since 2012. Like Connie, I grew up far from San Francisco, but made the Richmond my home. Connie embodies the best of our district. She rolls up her sleeves, gets the job done, and brings us together. Seniors, English language learners, LGBTQIA+ residents, renters, and homeowners alike are grateful to Connie for delivering millions of dollars in public improvements at Rec and Park sites throughout District 1. Over the last decade, our local Democratic Party has not always represented the interests of working families, as income inequality and million-dollar houses have increased housing insecurity. Tonight, as you make your endorsement, consider our next supervisor's deeds, not her dollars. Choose a candidate who gives out hand sanitizer, not a recipe for homebrew. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you.
I'm going to read the next few names. Luis Zamora, Selena Sun, Sarah Sousa, Sarah Wolfish, and Michael Chen. Luis, who is also a co-president. Mr.
Luis, can
Zamora.
you hear? Luis?
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, everybody. Thank you very much. I will be invoking presidential privilege, but I promise I'll try to time it shorter than Bruce's. I want to thank everybody, all the members of the DCCC for considering us for rechartering. We're very proud to be an organization of over 70 years here in San Francisco and being a voice for the young Democrats. As my co-president Alex Barrett Shorter mentioned, we are also very proud of many of our members who've gone on to do amazing things, such as the current executive director, Karima Lynch, past executive director, Han Zhu, and even the past executive director, Adam Mayhes, who was also a member as well. So we're very thrilled about that. We ask for your consideration in rechartering, and I would also like to ask the members to recharter all the other organizations on the agenda today. They're all great organizations, and I think everybody should have a voice, and we're very proud to be working with them and look forward to working with them in the future as well. I wanted to make a final plug that for the candidates who are going to be endorsed here, a difficult decision by this body, we will be having our endorsement process as well. We're in the process of reaching out. It will be on August 20th. And the San Francisco Young Democrats, I'm happy to report, have decided to endorse and support Supervisor Shimon Walton's Karen's Act, which was on the agenda but is now shelved for the next event. But I wanted to put that out there. And finally, I just wanted to leave with a reminder throughout all of this. This is such an important process, but I wanted to make sure that we don't lose sight of other important things. We still have work to do. And I'll give you an example. Today, Mario Woods should have been 31 years old. That should have happened today. Tony McDade's killer, an officer, his identity is still being protected, and we're not getting justice there through a loophole in a law that's supposed to protect victims. And finally, today is 131 days since Breonna Taylor was shot and killed by Sergeant John Mattingly, Detective Miles Cosgrove, and Detective Brett Hankinson. And we still have a lot of work to do. So I appreciate the burden that you guys have of the endorsement process, super important. I wish everyone the best of luck, but let's not forget that the work doesn't stop today. We have to continue to work for justice for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Selena Sun and then Sarah Souza.
Selena?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Go ahead, Selena.
Hello, members of the San Francisco Democratic Party. My name is Selena Sun, and I serve as the president of the Edwin Emily Asian Pacific Democratic Club. And today I humbly ask for your approval to recharter our club. Renamed in 2018 as the EDLI Asian Pacific Democratic Club, we have been deeply impassioned to empower our Asian Pacific Islander communities through civic engagement for over 25 years. We have pledged to work for equity and social justice for all communities in San Francisco. And by supporting our API elected leaders and encouraging our API young people to lead with compassion, decency, and kindness, we will continue to grow the next generation of leaders who will share their voice and advocacy. With your approval, our club will continue to work towards bringing our community and other communities of color together, lifting us all up to increase equity within our city. It has been an honor working through the Democratic Party to help register voters, engage our members in local elections.
Time's up, Selena.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you very much.
Oh, she's president of
Oh,
the
she's
club.
president. Yeah, you're president. You
Oh,
can
okay.
go ahead.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Okay, cool. So as I was saying, it's been an honor to work through the Democratic Party to help register voters, engage our members in local elections, support our elected officials, and ultimately work towards making a difference by participating in the civic process. I do hope we continue to have the DCCC support in bringing our communities together under the political system of San Francisco. And I thank you so much for your consideration. I also want to echo Luis's remarks and humbly ask that you support and improve the other clubs being rechartered tonight. So thank you again, and I appreciate the extra time.
Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you.
Sarah Souza and then Sarah Wolfish and Michael Chen. And we welcome back Sarah Souza, former member of this body and a delegate to the California Democratic Party and president of the Latino Democratic Club. Madam President.
Hi, good evening. Hi, Chair Campos. Hi, everyone. So good to see you. Thank you for your hard work. And I appreciate you for your commitment to listening to everyone. This is what democracy looks like. I'm here to speak in support of Myrna Melgar for District 7, the most qualified candidate. And I'm not supporting her because she's a woman, but because she is what we need for the district. She brings the experience, the credentials, the commitment. As a former executive director of Jamestown, she fought for youth issues. As a planning commissioner, she addressed key housing legislation and does not only bring the experience, but her commitment to racial equity. And she is actually a former immigrant. She knows how to fight for justice. She's not only going to fight for Latinx, but also for API. She has a record for fighting for our community and bringing people together. It's time that we elect someone that will work across the aisle, that's willing to listen and make key decisions to address gentrification in San Francisco and the high displacement of people of color. I urge you to endorse her as she is the most qualified. Secondly, I'm here to speak in support of Supervisor Dean Preston, he has fought to end gentrification, but also anti-Alice Act evictions. He's a defender of tenants. I live in a rent control apartment. I know how difficult it is to live in the city. We need a champion like Supervisor Dean Preston for District 5. His values, his experience, and his commitment to fighting for the community, and corporate accountability, fighting for public bank and other issues that he deeply cares about. I again urge you to support Dean Preston for District 5, as well as John Avalos for District 11. He's also a champion, has fought for labor rights, housing, and he's going to bring his commitment and to show that we can get it done as San Franciscans. As well as, of course, Supervisor Hillary Ronen, which I admire. Also, I look forward to working with you and supporting our efforts to take the Congress back and take the White House back. And regardless of the outcome tonight, I hope we can continue working together as San Franciscans. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Madam President. And we have next, we have Sarah Wolfish, Michael Chen, and Zoe, our amazing intern. If you can put the name of the next speakers, please.
Hi,
go ahead.
everyone. Thank you. I'm calling in because I wanted to express some support for Dean Preston, or I guess I should say some more support for Supervisor Dean Preston. I could go on and on about all the amazing things he's done for our district and our city, but I won't waste our time. I think a lot of people have covered it. I do want to point out that it's so rare to see someone in public office that really has a background of fighting on the ground, being part of the grassroots movement, being someone who's with the people, teachers, union workers, tenants lawyers, and that's Dean's a tenants lawyer, instead of someone who's tied to corporate interests, takes corporate money, takes police money. And so it's so refreshing to see someone that has that background, which is a rarity in politics. And his record shows that it means a lot having that experience. He's accomplished things, and I've heard other supervisors mention that they haven't been able to do what they've done this term without Dean Preston's expertise as a lawyer and as an activist. So I really urge the DCCC to take that into account and just be bold. Like, let's not go backwards. His challenger is a prior supervisor in our district. That's going backwards, in my opinion. So thank you.
Thank you. Following Michael Chen, we have Zaki Shaheen, Khalid Smahi, Alvin Adrian Lee, Jennifer Fever, and Jillian Juvenot. So, Mr. Chen.
Mr. Chen, I cannot see him.
I think you're on mute, Mr. Chen. If you can unmute. Michael?
Here we go.
I think you're on mute.
Oh,
Hello?
There you go.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
We can hear you.
Sorry, my computer was being a little slow. Good evening, committee members. My name is Mike Chen. I'm a board member on the Edwin Ma-Lee Asian Pacific Democratic Club, and I humbly ask for your approval to recharter the club. Like many other Democratic clubs, the Ed-Lee Democratic Club promotes civic engagement, does voter education, registers voters, and is part of the essential lifeblood of getting Democrats in San Francisco engaged, registered, activated, and fired up. I believe that all the clubs that are asking for rechartering help the Democratic Party in San Francisco, and would love to have your support to recharter the Edwin Ma-Lee Asian Pacific Democratic Club, the SF Young Democrats, the Eastern Neighborhoods Democratic Club, and all the other clubs that are asking for rechartering. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And again, the next speakers are Zaki Shaheen, Khalid Smahi, and Alvin Adrian Lee. Zaki?
Zaki?
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, go
All
ahead.
right. Thank you. My name is Zaki. I'm here tonight on behalf of the Arab American Democratic Club as a member of its e-board to propose rechartering. We first of all want to thank the DCCC for its instrumental role in helping us to originally become established and chartered back in 2018, since which time we have begun working on a variety of community initiatives. There are a great many Arab Americans living, working, and operating businesses in San Francisco, yet there is very little organization for this demographic and no political representation for this demographic. So we feel that it is imperative that the Arab American Dem Club exists and is supported in order that this demographic can enjoy the representation it deserves. So I thank you all for your time and for your support of the Arab American Dem Club.
Thank you.
Thank you
Next
very
speaker.
much. Khalid and then Alvin.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you,
So,
Khalid.
I don't know if you can hear me or not.
We do.
Yes.
My name is Khalid Smahi. And my wife right now, as we speak, is wearing a PPE and fighting to save her patients' lives infected with COVID-19. She's not here to speak and show her support for Dean Preston. My wife and myself are proud Muslim Americans, residents, advocates of the Midtown Park apartments in D5. Dean Preston is now our only hope. He always works closely with us, the residents of Midtown. Dean is working so hard to get us the rent control and stop the gentrification of the Fillmore and Midtown. If Black lives really matter to you, if Black homes really matter to you, and not only a statement, please show it. Show your support by endorsing Dean Preston for D5 and have him as your candidate. Dean Preston is our only hope. We worked closely before with Valley Brown.
Time's up, Khalid.
Only
Thank you.
for the corporation
very much.
and against Black
Thank you very
homes.
much. We're gonna hear now from Alvin, Jennifer Fever, and then Jillian. Please go ahead. Alvin Lee.
Hi there, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi everyone, I'm Alvin. I'm a queer non-binary person of color and longtime resident of D11. I've been living here in the same place for many years now, including through John's term as supervisor. And a large reason why I'm able to afford staying here for so long is because of John Avalos. So I would very much like to speak on behalf of my household for him. My household knows John Avalos as a person of integrity. He treats everyone with compassion and kindness, and we will be lucky to have him as our supervisor again. John's always advocated and pushed for affordable housing projects and secured over $300 million for 2 affordable housing sites going in this district. Finally, and this is very important to me, John has never sought the endorsements or accepted money from the Police Officer Association, whereas our current supervisor has waffled on this. John has always stood by the victims of police violence. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Jennifer Fever, and then Jillian Duanette.
Chair Campos, I would like to bring up Connie Ford. We lost her earlier.
My God. Connie Ford, a long-time Democrat and one of the most important labor leaders in our city. Connie Ford, thank you for being with us. The floor is yours.
Connie, can you hear us?
You need to unmute.
Yes, I can hear you. Oh
Yeah,
my
bye-bye.
goodness. Oh, I can't tell you how much I hate the internet sometimes. Listen, my name is Connie Ford. And Chair Campos, really nice to see you and nice to see everyone. I'm here as a long-term resident of San Francisco. My day job happens to be with the Labor Council, but the Labor Council has not made an endorsement of District 7. So I personally have and want to share it with you. And it is strongly that I support Mayor Melgore. I worked a lot with her recently in the last couple of years with her on affordable housing. She is just one of the smartest people I know in terms of affordable housing and that is the subject that we in District 5 and everyone else, everywhere else needs. She's a long-term member and lived in District 7, and she will be, as everybody else has said, the first Latina supervisor since 1994. I just wanted to urge you to consider Myrna. She's strong, she's smart, she's a woman of color. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Connie. It's great to hear from you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jennifer Fever, and then Jillian Drenette. And then if we can have the next 5 names on the chat, Zoe. Oh, I have them. Jennifer.
Hi. Hi, this is Jennifer Feber. I'm a volunteer counselor with the San Francisco Tenants Union, but I'm speaking only for myself tonight. I want to speak in favor of endorsing Myrna Melgar in District 7. I first became familiar with her when she was on the Planning Commission, where I had to appear several times challenging renovation projects that would have displaced existing tenants. And I found her to be extremely thoughtful and kind in her approach. She has a real gift of building bridges between opposing sides and getting them to talk in a constructive way. These would be very valuable skills to bring to City Hall. I feel like we need less polarization in politics and more understanding. And because of this, I also believe that her campaign is the most viable. We all know that she has tons of experience and has done tons of community service. And I think that we should reward her for all of her years of hard work for the city. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, Jillian. Is Jillian on?
Yes, Jillian is on. Jillian.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Hi, my name is Jillian Dwainat. My father is John Dwainat, who is a proud lifelong San Francisco resident and business owner. We'd like to ask the DCCC to solely endorse Myrna Melgar for the District 7 supervisor position. Throughout her public service career, she's helped expand access to home ownership opportunities, improve rent control protections, and expand education opportunities for a consistent group, which is the disadvantaged. There's been prior reference to her being a Latina and a woman, but we'd like to call out that she's an immigrant. She knows firsthand what it means to work hard, build a life here, take advantage of career and educational opportunities in the city, and also thrive. And it would be a great example and inspiration for all young immigrants, and especially women, to see her lead as the District 7 supervisor. So in closing, please do not hesitate to endorse Myrna Melgar for the District 7 supervisor position. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm going to read the next few names. Matias Mormino, Nick Novitsky, Yul Dorn, Bruce Fisher, and Connie Chan. Matias, welcome back to the DCCC.
Thank you, Chair Campos, and thank you, members of the DCCC, for your service in this era of COVID-19. I know it's not easy, but I do want to appreciate your work and your work on behalf of the party. Super quick plug, please charter the Rose Pack Democratic Club. It is an amazing body with great activists and growing the next leaders in the API community. But tonight I'm here to talk about Myrna Melgar. Myrna is the real deal. Myrna is a bridge builder. Myrna is a fighter for her community. Myrna brings 20 years of experience working in community, with an experience that helped young people, that helped planners, that helped folks that wanted to understand how city government works. She was an incredibly dedicated and talented planning commissioner. She was thoughtful. She fought hard for what she believed in. And she is a perfect fit for District 7 supervisor. With her intelligence and her fieriness, I am so excited to support Myrna for District 7 supervisor and your next West Side supervisor, who's going to bring real strong progressive values to District 7.
Thank you, Matias. Nick Novitsky, Yul Dorn, Bruce Fisher.
Nick?
Hi there. Yes, I've
Yeah.
rejoined. Thank you. Yes, I'm Nick Nowitzki, he, him, and I strongly encourage this committee to endorse Dean Preston for District 5 Supervisor. I've seen Supervisor Preston fight for workers with my own eyes, but he was also fighting for us at City Hall. He co-sponsored an emergency ordinance which raised disease prevention standards for hotel and office workers and which protects them from retaliation for rightly refusing to work in unsafe conditions. And during a pandemic, this not only protects those workers, but everyone else in the city. This measure will save lives, and the eviction ban he passed will also protect homes. And for that legislation alone, Supervisor Preston merits endorsement. But in the coming times of enormous economic uncertainty, it is vital that we keep a champion of working class interests at City Hall. Thank you for your time and your patience. Please endorse Dean Preston for re-election.
Thank you,
Thank
Nick.
you.
Yul Dorn, Bruce Fisher, Connie Chan.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
we can.
Yes. I am a lifelong resident of San Francisco, born and raised in District 10, which is where I reside currently. I pastor a church in District 5. I would like to endorse Dean Preston. I first met Dean Preston before he even ran for supervisor. He held one of his first gatherings in the social hall of my church. And he didn't know it, but I was on the verge of being displaced from my home of 20 years and was living in a hotel. And Dean Preston looked out for me and my family. I'd also like to endorse John Avalos for District 11 because he looked out for me and my family when we were on the verge of being displaced. And I never will forget. I lost my bed, I lost my home, I lost half my family wealth, but I never will forget the people who looked out for us when we were in our time of need. I'm still a resident of San Francisco, but there's a lot of work to be done. And I strongly ask you to endorse and to re-elect these two candidates.
Thank you very much. Next speaker.
Next speaker, Bruce Fisher.
Bruce and Connie, and then if we can have the next
Dennis.
5 speakers, Zoe.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Yeah, my name is Bruce Fisher. I'm a longtime 33-year resident of D7. I'm also the co-founder and former co-chair of the San Francisco Human Services Network. I'm here to ask you to endorse Myrna Melgar. I've known Myrna both when she was at the Jamestown Center and therefore a member of HSN, as well as serving on some boards with her. She is a dedicated, committed person who would protect and work for vulnerable populations, but she brings substantial expertise, as you know, in home ownership and affordable housing. So immediately she starts on day one as a citywide expert. So I hope that you endorse her. Very quickly, we're doing a meet and greet for her next week. And the sponsors include a corporate attorney, an Army colonel, and the former executive director of Catholic Charities. So she brings people together very quickly. I also support John Avalos, who is a great supporter of vulnerable populations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We have Connie Chan, and then after Connie Chan, we're gonna have the following: Dennis Kelly, Ann Cervantes, Linda Lighthizer, Jackie Bueno, and Kelly Groth. Connie Chan, and actually one of our candidates. We're always welcome to hear from all of our candidates. Go ahead, Connie.
Thank you so much, and I will be brief. Connie Chan, running for District 1 Supervisor. It will be a great honor of mine to earn your endorsement tonight. And I have worked very hard and will continue to work very hard fighting for the working people in the Richmond and in San Francisco, and which is also why that I have earned the endorsements of the Democratic leaders in the Richmond District Democratic Club. And so I look forward to having your endorsement tonight. And again, thank you so much for all that you're doing. And I really look forward to this November that we will flip red to blue, especially in the White House. So thank you.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Connie. Thank you to all the candidates who are running. So we'll now turn to Dennis Kelly. Who is Dennis here? Former
Yeah,
president
Dennis is
of
here.
our teachers union. Mr. President.
Dennis?
And probably the most important title, married to our regional director, Henny Kelly.
Now do you hear me?
Yes, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Hello, David and members of the DCCC. I wish to urge you to vote for Connie Chan. She is a person who has put her son, along with our grandchildren in Lafayette Elementary, a supporter of public education. Connie has experience legislatively. She is a compassionate and dedicated person. As secretary of the Richmond District Democratic Club, I ask you to join the people of District 1 in voting for Connie Chan. I would also like to join the president of the District 1 Democratic Club in urging you also to support in District 7, Myrna Melgar. Thank you very much for your time. And now you allow me to go back and talk to the regional director.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good luck. Next, Ann Cervantes, Linda Lighthizer, Jackie Bueno, and Kelly Groth. Ms. Cervantes. I think you're muted. Great.
Here I am. So then you can see me with my COVID hair.
Yes. Go ahead, Ms. Cervantes. Welcome back to the DCCC.
Welcome, former supervisors and political. To let you know who I am, I was one that reconstituted the Latino Democratic Club. Right now, I'm focused on policy, land use policy, and historic preservation policy in order to stabilize our low-income communities. I'm also on the task force, but I'm here tonight because we're at the end of the year, we're going to be in deep doo-doo with our housing, our affordable housing, all in the city, and jobs. And I believe with the experience that Myrna Melgar has with how to implement, but also create public policy, especially around the housing issues, because that's going to be a major one, in jobs. She has incredible problem-solving skills. This woman has so much knowledge, and she would be augment the current board leadership in her areas of expertise. So I welcome for you to really support and give your endorsement to Myrna Melgar. Thank you. That was short, right?
Thank you, Ms. Cervantes. Appreciate that. Linda, Jackie, and Kelly. Linda.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
This is Linda Lighthizer. I'm a resident of District 11 for the last 20 years. I'm urging you to endorse Supervisor Asha Safai for a well-deserved second term. I met Asha in 2005, and throughout all these years, we have worked together as friends, neighbors, and when he's been an elected official, to help with, particularly with our city parks. He was able to obtain badly needed funding through the Trust for Public Lands when the city told us we couldn't build a bigger playground in Balboa Park because the funds weren't there. He's done all kinds of projects like this. I would like to see Asha have a second term so that we can complete a lot of the projects that have been started at this point. Right now, we're working on an insecurity program for our most vulnerable citizens through money that he was able to secure. There's just so many things that are happening at this time of COVID-19. And I really feel like he's the person who can bring people together from all different segments of our neighborhood. And I really encourage you to endorse Asha Safai for a second term. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Jackie and then Kelly.
Jackie is on.
Hi, I'm Jackie Bueno, and I'm a proud member of the Latinx Young Dems here in San Francisco, and I'm also a longtime San Francisco native and member of District 8. But today I'm specifically here to continue my support of Myrna because of her awesome work in the community as not only a Latina, but also an immigrant who has done work rooted in the community, and also with her experience as an executive director of a nonprofit for 6 years. So with that said, proud to endorse Myrna, and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. And I want to remind folks who are on the Zoom call that they can also provide comment on the chat. So if you want to forego speaking, that's also, I know that we're all reading the comments, but we're going to now go to Kelly Groth.
Hi, everyone.
Former member of this body. Welcome back, Ms. Groth.
Good seeing you all. I am the campaign manager for Connie Chan. When I met Connie last year, I knew I had to work for her. She's just been so incredible to work for. As a former member of this body, I'm hoping she has your support. I'm also a resident of D5 and wanted to shout out Supervisor Dean Preston. Thank you, Supervisor, for your work in keeping tenants housed and helping move the houseless into hotels during this pandemic. I also have a quick statement from one of our supporters, Kathy Burek. She is having some tech issues. Her statement is, I'm a member of AFT 2121, our City College Faculty Union, and a resident of District 1 for more than 40 years. I really want Connie Chan to be my District 1 supervisor because she has a vision for a new start in San Francisco that will more equitably care for all of us as we recover from the multiple effects of this pandemic. This includes a fully funded free City College to help us all get back on our feet. Connie is the most qualified both in life and work experience and public service to be our next D1 supervisor. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Kelly. It's great to see you. I'm going to read the next few names: Max Williams, Winnie Porter, Jeremy Lee, Mel Flores, and Curtis Wu. So, Max Williams.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Max Williams. I live in Ingleside in District 11, and I'd like to voice my support and ask for your endorsement of John Avalos for District Supervisor. As a former supervisor, John has been a champion for affordable housing and tenants' rights, securing major affordable housing in the district that was responsive to the needs of the community and fighting to protect rent control. He's a defender of low-income residents facing displacement, housing insecurity, and homelessness. That's especially important right now when we face a looming eviction and housing crisis. As a supervisor, he also strengthened our sanctuary city laws and passed the strongest local hiring law in the nation. He's also a labor rights activist who continues to champion our most vulnerable workers, such as healthcare workers, day laborers, undocumented domestic workers. I hope you'll endorse John Avalos for District 11. Thank you.
Thank you. Winnie Porter, Jeremy Lee.
I don't see Winnie Porter's name anymore, so I think Jeremy Lee is up
We'll
there.
come back if she gets on. Jeremy Lee.
Yes, I'm here. Good evening, Chair Campos and members of the DCCC. My name is Jeremy Lee, Vice President of the Rose Pack Democratic Club. I come before you today asking for your support in the rechartering of our club. From bringing attention to the continual attacks on monolingual seniors to advocating for greater language access, RPDC works tirelessly to elevate the voices of the API community in San Francisco. Our members have delivered meals to seniors who couldn't leave their home during the pandemic. We've volunteered countless hours at events like Super Sundays, Ocean Avenue Lunar New Year celebration, and YMCA Living Room Project for SRO families. RPDC wants to teach the next generation of political leaders the true value of community and just really the importance of showing up and doing the work. So I respectfully ask for your support in the rechartering of the Rose Pack Democratic Club. And I look forward to continue working with many of you on this body in advancing progressive causes. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. And now we'll ask Mel Flores and Curtis Wu. And I know that Winnie Porter actually gave comments on the chat. So Mel and Curtis.
Mel, Can you hear us?
Okay, yes, hi.
Yeah. Hi.
Hello, my name is Mel Flores. I'm here to speak in support of Supervisor Asha Safai. I live and work in District 11. I'm quite active within the community and I'm involved with our Excelsior Neighborhood Improvement Association. Actually, I'm the president. I have seen firsthand the positive changes and differences within our district, neighborhoods, and along the commercial corridors since he was elected supervisor. I could cite many of his individual accomplishments over the last 4 years, but if there's one quality that I can point to in regards to his performance as our supervisor, I would say that it is his commitment to the community, his responsiveness to individuals, and his follow-through on the issues that concern them. He is truly a representative for all and deserves 4 more years. I wholeheartedly endorse him and encourage you to endorse Supervisor Safai in the upcoming election. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, Curtis Wu, and if we can get the next panelist after that, Zoe. Thank you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hi, my name is Curtis Wu, District 11. Really short, go Connie, go Myrna, go Dean. Also want to speak on RPDC. I've been a member for a couple of years now. I think it's incredible, valuable. I have a for the Democratic Party to have a space for young API folks to give them an opportunity to engage with community members. I know it's been an extremely great learning experience for myself. I've really learned a lot from the credible organizers in the club, and I echo the president and the vice president about our volunteers, and I hope you recharter the club. Second, I want to talk to you about John Avalos. John Avalos doesn't work for the community. He works with the community. I've shared space with John. I've seen firsthand how John always champions policies that really put front and center working class, low income people of his district. Also hindsight, as the previous speakers mentioned, hindsight about defunding the police, but also a public bank, called for the establishment of a public bank during the 2008 financial crisis. Who knows what else cool things can happen next if he's in City Hall. D11, as far as affordable housing, has a huge target for developers and gentrification. Next 4 years are critical to ensuring vulnerable members of our community get to stay here. Please do the right thing. Endorse John Avalos for District 11. I yield my time.
Thank you, Curtis. We're going to now call on Calvin Yan, Julian Rappaport, Linda Plack, Monica Barnett, and Winston Parsons. So Calvin and then Julian.
Calvin?
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Hello, Chair Campos and members of DCCC. My name is Calvin. I serve on the executive board of the Roseback Democratic Club. I'm here to speak on behalf of item 5 in support of the recharting of RPDC. RPDC was established to honor and continue the legacy of the late Roseback, who has been a champion for low-income immigrants, Chinese American and API communities. And today the club continues to uplift the voices of Chinese, API, and other people of color and extremely low-income San Francisco. I think I echo a lot of comments that have been said before, but I want to highlight the fact that many of the leadership of the club and audience are immigrants and bilingual, and recognizing that this meeting, this DCCC meeting alone is only conducted in English. I think the efforts of our Roseback Democratic Club and any clubs focusing on advocacy in multiple languages are even more important under this current political environment. So thank you for your consideration, and I hope, again, for your support in the rechartering.
Thank you, Calvin. Julian Rappaport and then Linda Plack.
Hello, my name is Julian. I'm a rising sophomore at Lowell High School, and I'm speaking on behalf of Myrna Melgar. I'm supporting Myrna because she has a proven record of helping people, be it from her service as president of the Planning Commission, where she helped secure housing for low-income individuals, or as deputy director of the Mission Economic Development Agency, or as city director of homeownership programs under Mayor Newsom. She has helped so many people in so many ways, and she is an expert on affordable housing. She also has endorsements from all over the political spectrum and from all walks of life, including 8 out of the 11 current supervisors, 5/7 of the Board of Ed, and the Latino Democratic Club. I know that as supervisor, she has the knowledge, passion, determination, and expertise to make both the District 7 and the entire city immeasurably better. I'm proud to advocate for her, and I hope you endorse her. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker. Linda Plack.
Hello.
Hello, we can hear you.
Oh, great. Hello, everybody. My name is Linda Plack. What a pleasure to hear the Lowell student a minute ago. I'm with United Educators of San Francisco on the executive board. I'm a retired teacher who works as a substitute. I live in District 7. I have been in District 7 since 1983, and it's such a pleasure to be able to endorse Myrna Melgar. I met Myrna about 18 years ago when she was working for Mayor Newsom. And she was working for the mayor because he appointed her to the home ownership program. And in collaboration with our union, she created the Teacher Next Door program. It was really wonderful. It still continues. She really believes that housing is a human right. So many good things have been said about her, but nobody really talks about the fact that she is such a pro-union candidate. She started her career as a community organizer. She was a researcher with the Carpenters Union, and with a scholarship from the AFL-CIO, she wrote her master's thesis.
Thumbs up.
Thank you very much, Linda. It's great to
Thank
hear
you.
you. Monica Barnett, and then Winston Parsons.
Hi, everyone. My name is Monica
Hi.
Barnett. I've lived in District 7 for 5 years, and as a woman of color and an immigrant, I'm proud to speak in support of Velasca Nguyen. Velasca would be the first Vietnamese individual elected to the Board of Supervisors. And as a public defender, I know that he knows what it is and what it takes to serve others. As a Black woman and a mom of 2 kids in D7, I know that Velasca's voice on the Board of Supervisors representing District 7 will lead to bold change and leadership that the district is lacking. Velasca has been running an extremely exciting campaign, and he's raised the most money out of all the candidates, making him the most viable. He's been getting the #1 endorsements of some of the biggest labor unions and Democratic clubs in the city. San Francisco Democratic Party, please do what is right by our city and our community and endorse Velasca Nguyen for District 7. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker. And then if we can get the next names. Zoe, Winston Parsons.
Good evening. My name is Winston Parsons. Thank you all for your time tonight. I'm born and raised in San Francisco, and I'm here tonight to voice my support for Connie Chan for Richmond District Supervisor. I'm also the Vice President of the Richmond District Democratic Club. Connie has had a long history in public service, not for the fame or glory, but often doing the grunt work behind the scenes, supporting youth and families and seniors for Parks City College and the ESL community in San Francisco and beyond. And that's often rare to see someone who had a long history of public service, who isn't in it for the fame, but because it's the right thing to do. And she's someone who will bring home the bacon for people who need it the most in the Richmond District, in San Francisco, and beyond. And so I ask that you support her for District 1 Supervisor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And can you read the next 5 names? I think I know it's.
I don't see Patrick on here anymore.
So it's Patrick Maley, Bobby Lopez, Robert Ostertag, Tab Buckner, John Jerson.
And
Patrick,
I don't see
Bobby.
Patrick anymore, but if he comes on, we'll keep our eyes out. So it should
Bobby Lopez on?
Bobby Lopez is on. Bobby?
Sorry, I started my speech and didn't realize it was unmuted.
That's okay.
Good evening, everybody. Chair Campos, members of the committee. I am Bobby Lopez, Alameda County Central Committee elect, but a former San Francisco resident, and I work in SF. First off, go Connie, go Aaron, go Dean, go Hillary, go Javalos. And in D7, you have 2 great candidates before you, Velasca and Myrna. I'm here to speak positively about Myrna as somebody who I've known over 10 years and worked with. I saw firsthand Myrna's dedication to San Francisco families when I worked at Bryan and Marshall Elementary in the Mission. She was at Jamestown working to stabilize and support working class communities. Myrna's qualifications are impeccable, and her base of knowledge is exactly what we need right now to address the exacerbated by disproportionately impacting Black and Brown communities. Latinos are also half of SF COVID cases. Our unemployment levels are 3 times that of white men. And I know I've gotten a lot of calls from my comadres in San Francisco who are unsure of how they're going to pay the rent next month. In this type of unrest, there's a huge value in having a Latina mother, and not just an immigrant, but a refugee from Civil War, reflected at City Hall. There's a great article by Team Vogue that said that when folks in office are more diverse and gender balanced, we see people have more trust in government and participation in politics. So I thank you kindly. I know you have a hard decision before you, and have a wonderful evening.
Thumbs up.
Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you, Bobby.
See you here. Robert Ostertag, Tab Buckner, and John Gerson.
How about
Robert?
Yeah, Robert, we
How's-
can hear you, sir. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes. Hi, I'm Robert Ostertag. I write music and I write books and I teach at the University of California. And I've been living in San Francisco since the 1980s. And I always volunteer and I always give money, but I almost never speak in these kinds of forums because I always find that other people have said what I want to say. So this is one of the only times in more than 30 years I have spoken in such a forum, and I would like to urge you to support Myrna. And I probably know Myrna for longer than anybody here. She first came upon my radar when she was an organizer in the construction trades in New England as the only woman and the only POC for 100 miles around, and she was doing it very effectively. To call Myrna an immigrant is a little bit of an understatement. I know Myrna's family. I've been back to El Salvador with them. Myrna's mother was one of the founders of the revolutionary movement in El Salvador. And then she was banished by her colleagues for essentially being too sane and reasonable. And I think Myrna has, the apple has not fallen far from the tree. Myrna is somebody who has the militants.
Thumbs up.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We're going to move on to Tab Buckner and then John Gerson. Tab Buckner.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, good evening. I'm Tab Buckner, a proud resident of D5, very supportive of Dean Preston's efforts for tenants during this crisis and his creative solutions to homelessness, as well as progressive revenue raising. So I ask that you please support Dean along with Connie Chan so we can continue progressive leadership in the Richmond. And on a final note, very strongly urging you to support John Avalos, who as chair of the Finance Committee proved his commitment and his skills as being a champion for working people, families, including immigrant families, and all peoples of the city. And John does not have any ties at all to either law enforcement lobbies or the real estate lobby. So please support John. We need him more than ever. Thank you.
Thank you, Tab. John Gerson.
Hi, looks like I'm on now.
Yes, we can hear you.
Great. I'm here to support Danny Sauter for District 3 Supervisor. Our current supervisor in District 3 was elected 20 years ago. Since then, San Francisco's homelessness and unaffordable housing have received national attention of the most embarrassing kind. 2 decades of higher costs and more homelessness can only be called a failure. In stark contrast, Danny Sauter has been an admired community leader, and he's advocated for sensible policies, such as directing funds such that the homeless are seen by social workers instead of police, and enabling affordable housing to actually get built. It's well past time to put the people of our city above insider politics and follow so many community leaders in endorsing Danny Sauter for District 3 Supervisor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're going to read a few more names. Michael Adams, Asher Ward, Brendan Schuchart, Seamus McGeever, and Ali Sakar. Michael?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And thank you for this opportunity and for all the work that you do to help us. I'm calling on behalf of Dean Preston. You know what I'm going to be saying. He's been working hard to address the needs of San Francisco's Black residents, as well as others throughout the city. He introduced legislation to establish rent control in the Midtown Park apartments. He's actually gone door to door, delivering hand sanitizers during this epidemic. You know that he founded and was executive director of tenants' rights group called Together California. He passed legislation that prevents the folks from getting expelled and evicted if they miss rent payments during the pandemic, preventing more homelessness. He initiated the landmark legislation called Right to Counsel Law, which guarantees that anyone facing eviction has access to an attorney. He's working Fillmore District to try to help businesses stabilize themselves and create more destination power. And he's organized volunteers. He works the streets, as we all know.
Time's up, Michael. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And then we have Asher Ward, Brendan Shukart, Seamus McGeever, Ali Sakar, and I don't know if this person was lost in the shuffle, but I'm going to call on Olga Miranda.
Olga
Okay, so
is here. She's the first. Yeah.
okay,
Brendan is
Asher.
next.
Asher. Okay.
Is Brendan
Brendan.
first? Yeah, and after Asher. Mhm.
Hi, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, members of the DCCC, for all of your hard work. My name is Brendan Shukart, and I am communications co-chair for the Alice LGBT Democratic Club and policy VP for the Sex Positive Dems, but I'm here as a private citizen to advocate for Dean Preston for District 5 Supervisor. I was not initially excited to support a straight white dude for District 5. I moved back to San Francisco to turn the tide on our dwindling queer spaces and to make the city even gayer than I found it. And a straight white guy was not the obvious choice, but Dean Preston has, in his brief time, authored 2 transformative pieces of legislation that will make San Francisco better for generations to come. Right to Counsel and the eviction relief bill. 6.7 million Americans are facing eviction at the end of this month. And San Francisco residents will largely be spared
Time's
that.
up, Brandon.
Okay, I'm going to call Seamus, Ali, and then Olga.
I have Asher first.
Okay, Asher, Seamus, Ali, and then Olga.
Olga. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Asher. Asher?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can hear you now.
Awesome, thank you. Hey everyone, good evening. My name is Asher Ward. I'm a student at City College, and I'm here to speak in support of Dean Preston in District 5 and John Avalos in District 11. In his brief time as supervisor, Dean's work has been critical in slowing the advance of COVID-19 by helping to provide safe sleeping sites and championing a moratorium on COVID evictions in the city. Whereas on the other hand, to quote another public commenter already, Avalos has been fighting to demilitarize the police since before it was cool, and having someone who's willing to fight against 4 centuries of systemic racism is exactly what San Francisco needs, especially in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic. I believe that these candidates both possess the history and the vision to protect San Francisco's most vulnerable people in the face of this impending economic, environmental, and housing crisis that are going to be exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you so much for your time. Good luck, everyone, tonight. And sorry that I talked fast. Take care. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Seamus, Ali, and then Olga.
Yes. Seamus, we
You
cannot
need to
hear you.
unmute
Let me help
yourself.
you.
Hi, my name is Seamus
Got it.
McGregor, and I am here to recruit you. Actually, I'm here to ask for you to recharter the Harvey Milk LGBT Democratic Club. The Harvey Milk Democratic Club was founded in 1976 as the San Francisco Gay Democratic Club. It was the city's first Democratic club with the word gay in its name, a controversial and radical move at the time. The club was renamed after Supervisor Harvey Milk after his assassination in 1978. And speaking on myself, I've been involved for about 3 or 4 years. First became acquainted with the club when I was volunteering for Jane Kim's state senate race, and it's a great organization. Our meetings are usually quite dynamic and fun, and actually I think most of the people on the DCCC, the vast majority, we endorsed this past cycle, so we definitely have a lot of influence. So please recharter the club. And then speaking for myself, though, not for the organization, I do think in regards to the District 7 race, ranked choice voting is very useful, and I think there are more than one good candidates in that race. And yeah, and have a good long night, everyone.
Thank you. Ali, Olga, and then if we can get the next 5 names after that, Zoe. And I want to just say that Zoe and Kareem are doing a great job. Ali, and then Olga.
Hi, I'm Ali Saker, resident of D5. I really appreciate that Dean Preston not only led the push for the coronavirus eviction moratorium, but also passed legislation that prevents ever getting evicted due to the financial impact of coronavirus. This is exactly the type of work that really makes me not only trust Dean, but also really puts a lot of trust in the SF Democratic Party and our elected officials at large. So please support Dean. I'm also a huge fan of John Avalos. John's been organizing for the community and for affordable housing for decades, and is, needless to say, not for sale to the real estate industry. Please support John Avalos as well. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much. And then we're going to have Olga, and then that's going to be followed by Susan Shutat, Jed Holtzman, Cynthia Ohm, Cecilia Fierro, and Emily Morase. Olga. Ms. Miranda. I think you need to unmute yourself, or someone
I'm
help.
going to try to help you. You should have a message coming up on your screen. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Olga Miranda. I'm the Secretary Treasurer of the San Francisco Labor Council and elected President of San Francisco Janitors Local SEIU 87. I'm the highest ranking Chicana and Latina in San Francisco. The democratic process and the labor movement arrived at endorsements in District 3, Supervisor Peskin, District 5, Supervisor Preston, District 9, Supervisor Ronan, District 11, Supervisor Safai. We had to weigh the size of the challenge that we are faced with in November and consider the resources will be needed to take on corporations in California across the country. We strongly urge the Dems to stand with working people and the council and unite. They will remember in November who has the White House, who takes the Senate. In unity, on behalf of all of these working families, please, please vote in unity. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President. We'll now hear from Susan, Jed, and then Cynthia.
Susan?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, my name is Susan Siutat. I'm a 20-year resident of D5. I'm here to express my support for Dean Preston. Clearly, the biggest problem facing San Francisco right now is the housing crisis. And we desperately need people on the Board of Supervisors who understand the importance of keeping renters in their homes and doing as much as we possibly can to fight homelessness. it's clear that he is the best candidate in D5 to do that. So I really want to urge you to support him. And of course, Myrna Melgar is also the best candidate from D7. With Myrna Melgar and Dean Preston, the Board of Supervisors will be well positioned to take the really bold and serious initiatives that we need to address the major crisis facing this city. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Jed Holtzman and then Cynthia Ohm.
Jed?
Hi there.
Yeah.
Yep, it just for the record, it kicks you out and rejoins you. That's why there's a pause. Thank you so much to the facilitators, and thank you, Chair Campos and members, for earning your seats tonight. I wish we were all shoved into that tiny room in the women's building. I moved to San Francisco over 20 years ago. I've spent most of that time in D5. I vote in every election. I want to support Dean Preston tonight for D5 for your endorsement. You know, ultimately, I think everything's been said, but eviction protection is really key. This is really nothing compared to where the economic crisis is going to be 9 to 12 months from now. I also really want to speak about John Avalos. In work, I am a senior policy analyst for 350 Bay Area Climate Advocacy Organization. And I can tell you from seeing the way that John Avalos and his office works up close, true champion of environment and environmental justice, probably has reduced more greenhouse gases than any other member of the Board of Supervisors over the last 15 years. Really can't imagine how we're going to get where we need to go on energy and climate without John Avalos on the Board of Supervisors, and am grateful that he's running again. Hope you will support him with your endorsement as well. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Then we're going to hear from Cynthia, Cecilia, and then Emily Morase, one of the candidates in District 7. Cynthia?
Hi, could you all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, longtime listener since 6:30, first time speaker. My name is Cynthia Ohm, and I'm a community member here to voice my support for John Avalos for District 11 Supervisor. As a member of this community and a child of refugees that have been displaced before, I know that John authentically serves and represents the people of D11 and is the best fit candidate for supervisor. His track record shows that he deeply cares about affordable housing for long-term low-income residents and demilitarizing the police, which are two of the issues that are most definitely important to me and my neighbors. So I really hope you'd all consider endorsing David for supervisor. Thanks y'all for listening. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Cecilia Fierro and then Emily Morase.
Cecilia?
Hi,
Yeah.
everyone. Hola a todos. My name is Cecilia Fierro. I have waited over 2 hours to share my support for Velasca for D7 supervisor. We are in such a critical moment of social change due to police brutality and systemic racism in the legal system. POC, like me, are the ones who are hurt most by this. So Velasca's candidacy stands apart because of his experience as a public defender. He can help bring guidance and context to the issues that are facing our community. Do not forget, injustices in the criminal legal system are some of the biggest civil rights issues of our time. But I'm also a Chicana woman. I'm also a public defender. But I know that representation and leadership is so crucial. I love seeing all the POC faces here today. But Velasca would be the first Vietnamese individual elected to the Board of Supervisors. This is huge for the Asian American and Pacific Islander community. It's huge for D7 in particular, and it's so important for San Francisco's history. Velasca has devoted his career to helping API families, bridging the gap between all communities, especially those communities of color. We need a supervisor who understands that.
Time's up.
Thank you. Thank you very much. After Emily Morase, we have Sue Ra, Larry Roberts, and Lorraine Petty. Ms. Morase, who is a candidate for District 7 Supervisor. Is she on?
She is. Let's see. Emily?
Yes, I'm here. I want to start my video.
We can see you.
Hi, everyone. Chair Campos, honorable members of the DCCC. I'm Emily Murase, candidate for District 7 Supervisor, where I've lived in District 7 for the past 15 years with my spouse and raised our 2 adult daughters. I've worked alongside many of you during my 15-year tenure as Director of the Department on the Status of Women. And together we eliminated domestic violence homicides for a historic 4 years, reinvigorated the Family Violence Council, and introduced measures to end human trafficking. I'm the only candidate in this race who has served in public office. As school board president, I presided over the district's strategic plan, which focused on closing the opportunity gap, which is bearing fruit now. In a piece of super good news, the graduation rate for Black students last year reached 89.5%, higher than the SFUSD average of 88% and the state average of 86%. I respectfully ask for your support.
Thank you very much, Ms. Murase. Sue Ra, and then Larry Roberts.
So I can see you. I can activate the microphone. Hello, Sue.
Hi, am I on?
Yes, you're on, and we can see you.
Okay, thank you. My name
Who is that?
I'm here with my daughter. My name is Sue Ra, and as a woman of color, and particularly in this time in our nation's history, I wanted to stress the importance to have a person like Velasca Nguyen representing San Francisco in the Democratic Party. I'm here to ask you that you endorse Velasca Nguyen for District 7. I met Velasca in law school, and he served as a mentor and a friend to the many students that came after him. And I've seen the fruits of his leadership in our law school, in public defense, and in the community at large. He's dedicated his entire career to fighting for all of our rights, alongside the Black, Brown, and API communities in our city. With the increasing income disparity between community members and the impact of the coronavirus on the actual health and financial health of the city, San Francisco needs Velasca's voice on the Board of Supervisors. District 7 has a large API population, and Velasca's personal history as a son of Vietnam War refugees resonates strongly with those who have worked so hard to build lives in this country and in this city. He's devoted his career to helping API families and bridging the gap between the various communities that make up this diverse city. If he's elected, he'll be the first Vietnamese person, man or woman, to ever serve on the Board of Supervisors. I know the importance of having all people that Velasca represents at the table through
Time is
Velasca
up, Sue.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Larry Roberts, and then Lorraine Petty.
Hi, Larry Roberts. Thank you. So it's been really great hearing the passionate, involved statements of different people, my neighbors here in San Francisco today, and thank you for the patience of the board here. My name's Larry Roberts. I've been a District 5 resident and renter for over 20 years. And under normal circumstances, I'm a daily Muni rider, although I've been doing a lot more walking lately with my regular route suspended. And the main reason I'm here today is I'm speaking in favor of endorsing Dean Preston for District 5 Supervisor. I was really excited, just last year, when Dean got elected. And, I'm, really, hopeful about him being able to continue the great work he's been doing. I think it's really important in a majority tenant city to have a pro-tenant voice on the Board of Supervisors. He's really hit the ground running and done a great job of addressing issues of homelessness, eviction due to COVID-19, housing equity, and transportation affordability. And, really hope that you'll give your endorsement to Dean Preston. And while I'm here at it, I would also like to ask for endorsement for Velasca Nguyen for District 7, John Avalos, District 11, and I support the renewal of the Harvey Milk LGBT. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're going to go with Lorraine Petty, Ian Lewis, and then Alondra Garcia. And please don't mind Nacho, who is passed out behind me. Lorraine.
pooped out on me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, activate it. Yeah.
Oh, great. All of a sudden, the Zoom thing came on. Lorraine Petty, Senior Advocate from District 5, the Fillmore. I'm speaking in favor of the party's sole endorsement of Dean Preston. To me, Dean has become one of the most effective and innovative supervisors, initiating COVID relief legislation and other things. And I've seen him working tirelessly around our neighborhoods to provide free food, antivirus supplies, connecting people with city services, organizing volunteers for senior wellness checks. Seniors value compassion and integrity very highly. I heard Dean talk way before he was elected, and I feel he has stayed true to his inner core of community values. I know Dean Preston is the right person to continue representing us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ian Lewis, and then Alondra Garcia. And of course, Mr. Lewis is a longtime labor leader. Is he in here?
Yes, he is. Let me.
Can you
Ian,
hear
can
me?
you hear? Yes, we can hear you.
So I'm here with Hotel and Restaurant Workers Local 2. You all know we've seen a lot of attacks over the years from corporate employers, but I gotta say never like the one we're seeing right now. Not only are 95% of the people who work in our industries laid off right now, but the corporate bosses who employ them are aggressively lobbying to open up before it's safe to do so. And they're driving hard to eradicate thousands of jobs, and especially those that are carried out primarily by women of color in this city. I bring this up here because I want to say all 11 sitting supervisors have been standing up to this onslaught and recently passed first in the nation legislation protecting hotel workers, office workers, and others. And on behalf of Local 2, that leadership will never, ever be forgotten. I especially want to thank Supervisor Peskin, who was the lead author of the Healthy Buildings Ordinance, and to Supervisor Safai, who spent long hours working with DPH to refine that bill. And to everyone else here, this is just one example in a long list. I want to say how grateful we are to have leaders in this city like that, and to ask you to support Supervisors Peskin, Safai, Preston, and Ronan in their re-election. This is the most
Time's up, Ian. Thank you.
We need leaders like that.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. And we have Alondra Garcia. And then if we can get the next names from Zoe.
Alondra, we can hear you. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Good evening, Chair and DCCC members. I'm Alondra Esquiel Garcia, she, her pronouns. I'm proudly to say I'm the Vice President of System-Wide Affairs for the Cal State Student Association, representing 480,000 students across the state of California. I'm also a student at San Francisco State University and a D7 resident. I'm here tonight advocating for Melgar for D7 supervisor. Myrna is one of the most viable progressive candidates. She is the most qualified candidate and has policy and city planning expertise. She has deep roots in D7 in the West Side. And we also need Latina representation on the board of directors. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And after that, we're going to hear from Harold Darling, Gabriel Medina, Charles Bolton, Jim Salinas, Luis Avalos. Harold?
Hello, Harold.
You need to unmute yourself, Harold.
Yeah, you got it.
Hi there. Sorry about that. I'm going to urge the board to do a sole endorsement of Dean Preston. I'm concerned that the board may do a dual endorsement or do some sort of ranked choice endorsement for Valley Brown, and I think that would send a terrible message right now, given her history of evicting tenants.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Gabriel Medina and then Charles Fulton.
Okay. Hi, my name is Gabriel Medina. It's good to see the members of DCCC and Chair Campos. Really miss a lot of you guys. I'm also state delegate for 8019, and I would like to invoke my privilege for 2 minutes instead of 1. As PAC chair for the Latino Democratic Club, saying to please support our slate, Hillary Ronan for District 9, Aaron Peskin for District 3, Dean Preston for District 5. Dean's been such an innovative policy champion that, against wealth inequality, that I think he definitely deserves to remain and continue his work. Renters in San Francisco know that as long as he's on the board, he will fight, kick, and scream for them. Connie Chan has been committed to public service for 2 decades. It's amazing. And so many advanced capacities. She'll serve us well on the Board of Supervisors. John Avalos has brought us a public bank. He's done excellent work, for labor. I know a lot of his work for just for local hire has been tremendous. And so we want to keep put John back on the board for District 11, where I'm a resident. Finally, Myrna Melgar. It is so important to endorse Myrna Melgar for District 7. I've known her for over 20 years, and she's 20 years ago, she was one of the smartest people I know, and that's still true today. She's been a mentor and a fighter. I think she's brought some of the most creative solutions from the Teacher Next Door program. I've worked with her at Meta when she was associate director, and she gave me my first start to work in affordable housing, and learned a lot of those things about how we can help keep people in San Francisco that are being pushed out. But mostly, Mira on a personal level, she's been not just mentored to me, to so many people. She would be the first Latina elected to the Board of Supervisors. I think that's groundbreaking. And I think it's something that we have not seen. We've never seen in San Francisco, and we don't have a Latino on the board currently. And we need to have representation, as we've seen with the COVID experience, where Latinos have been the most affected. Myrna actually was instrumental in making sure that the hub at 701 Alabama even exists. It would have been taken over by a tech type company at MLVS. She was instrumental in bringing millions of dollars to make sure the community could maintain MLVS Centro del Obrero. So please support Myrna Melgar, and thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you very much, Gabriel. Charles Bolton, Jim Salinas, and Luis Avalos. Charles Bolton?
I don't see him. Do you see him?
I don't.
No.
We go to Mr. Salinas.
Yeah.
Jim Salinas. There's Mr. Salinas.
There we go.
Mr. Salinas.
Okay. For some reason, it was muted. Good evening, members of the DCCC. I'm Jim Salinas, senior. I'm a native San Franciscan, born and raised in the Mission District. I've lived in San Francisco my entire life, now past the half-century mark. Living in District 7 now, past the quarter-century mark. And I'm here this evening asking members of the DCCC to vote and support the endorsement of Myrna Melgar, who I am absolutely convinced is the most viable candidate we have in District 7. I know all of you do your homework, and you know that District 7 is one of the most conservative districts, second only to District 2. So we're asking you to support this Latina, who should always be associated with labor. As someone that has been a member of the organization that makes up the carpet issue here in San Francisco for 50 years, she is definitely—
Time's up, Jim. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Salinas. We'll now go on to Mr. Bolton.
Yes, I see him now. Mr. Bolden, can you activate your microphone? I'm inviting you to activate it.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Hello.
you did it. Yeah, go ahead.
Good evening, members of the DCCC. My name is Charles Bolton. I'm a long-term San Francisco community activist and a member of IATSE Local 16. I'm here tonight to endorse Dean Preston for District 5 Supervisor. He has been a champion for District 5 during his short term on the board. He hit the ground fighting to protect vulnerable tenants, stop muni fare increases, and provide a safe sleeping program to get homeless people off the streets. We need him to fight gentrification and its impact on the working class, people of color, and the elderly. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, Luis Avalos. Luis.
Good evening, Chair Campos and members of the DCCC. My name is Luis Avalos, and I am a founding member of the Latinx Young Democrats. I'm here tonight to speak in favor and ask for your support for our slate of endorsed candidates: Connie Chan for District 1, Supervisor Dean Preston for District 5, Marina Melgar for District 7, and John Avalos for District 11. As a young club, we hit the ground running and we created a robust endorsement process for D7 in particular, first by having a debate and then having a very extensive and qualitative questionnaire, which many candidates praised for just how extensive and qualitative they were. And I say this because Marina, time and time again, proved to us that she was the most qualified person for the job, and she was an indicative of all the principles and values that we as young leaders want to see in leadership, especially in City Hall. And in the questionnaires, Marina's eclectic repertoire of knowledge, whether that be through the nonprofit sector, as a community advocate, or as someone who has been an executive director of Jamestown Community Center, her answers truly demonstrated the value and the eclectic repertoire of knowledge that she will bring to City Hall, especially in such trying times as in COVID-19. And I believe she's the best person to have the role right after we come out of COVID-19.
Time's up, Luis. Thank you.
Thank you, Luis, and I'm glad that Nacho, Ellie are making an appearance. So we're gonna have Myri McKeever, Benjamin Gurewitz, Kathy Asada, Harry Benholtz, and then Jen Lowe.
Okay, we have Mackenzie Ewing first.
Okay, is he Ewing?
Yeah, she's in.
Sorry, Mackenzie.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can. Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Chair Campos and members of the DCCC. I would like to voice my support for Dean Preston for the sole endorsement of the District 5 supervisor race. He's a leader on tenants and housing rights and has been a leader during this pandemic in getting our houseless neighbors into shelter. As someone who is currently facing the threat of an eviction due to the sale of my housing in the midst of a global pandemic, I'm grateful to have a tenants' rights champion on the board and will be utilizing my right to counsel, which he authored. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Now, Marie McKeever and Benjamin Gurewitz.
We have Elisa Feinstein first.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe it's the wrong list.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we just finished this list. Now, just after is Mary McKeever.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Alyssa. Hi, my name is Alyssa Feinstein, and I am a District 5 resident and wanted to give my sole endorsement to Dean Preston, celebrating my 20th anniversary to San Francisco. And I am proud to say that Dean has put his money where his mouth is, having invested in the homeless situation. And he is about the most authentic, honest person I know. And I really hope you endorse him. And thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Okay.
Next.
Marie. Oh, so who's next? I'm sorry.
Mary McKeever, yeah.
Okay, Marie
You got it.
McKeever.
Mary, we can hear you now.
Hi, I'm Mari McKeever, and I'm a native San Franciscan, fourth generation San Franciscan, lifelong District 7 resident. And I'm here this evening to encourage you to endorse Marina Melgar. I know Marina both professionally and personally. I'm a small business owner as well as a legal services attorney, and I've worked with Marina when she was at Meta. And I feel that she's the candidate with the strongest skill set and experience to represent District 7, as well as the city as a whole. She has extensive experience and she can jump right in and be a productive supervisor, and her heart's in the right place to represent the diversity of District 7 as well as the city as a whole. Thank you.
Thank you, Marie. Benjamin, and then Kathy.
Next, I have Camila, Andrea, Mena, and Jen Lowe. And after, I have Katie and Ari.
Okay.
So I have Camila, Andreas, Mena. After that, I have Jen Lowe, and after that, I have Katie Azara. Camila? Yes, you activated. I can see it.
Here we go. Hi, everyone. My name is Andrea Mena. I am president of the Latinx Young Democrats, and I would like to invoke my presidential privilege just in case I go over than 1 minute. I am asking that the San Francisco Democratic Party endorse the following folks. First, Supervisor Dean Preston for District 5, because during his term, he has consistently advocated and fought for the most vulnerable in our city, particularly around housing and homelessness. Also, Myrna Melgar, who was overwhelmingly supported by our club for District 7 Supervisor. She has a history of advocacy at the community level as well as in City Hall. She led the fight against gentrification as president of the Planning Commission. And we unfortunately currently do not have any Latinx voices on the Board of Supervisors. I believe that Myrna is an excellent representative and champion for the Latinx community. I am also a long-term resident of the district, and I believe that Myrna has the experience, values that are centering economic and racial equity that are required to fight for the needs of the district and the city as a whole. Lastly, I am asking that you endorse Supervisor John Avalos for District 11 because of his experience and history prioritizing low-income and marginalized communities that have been impacted by long-standing economic disparities in San Francisco. As you know, our city, like the rest of the nation, is facing economic and public health crisis on top of the historically ongoing anti-Blackness and racism that have been particularly devastating for the Black and Brown communities. We currently are in need for voices in City Hall that are going to fight for the most vulnerable. And I believe that the folks that I mentioned are the leaders that we need during this critical time. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, Jen Lowe.
And we welcome back Jen Lowe, who used to be a member of this body. Welcome back, Jen.
Hi, thank you so much, Chair Campos and members of the Democratic Central Committee. Thank you all for all your patience sitting through this. I am here today as a member of the Rose Pack Democratic Club and hoping that you will recharter our club. This club was founded in honor of the late, great Rose Pack. While there'll never be someone like Rose, we have to have that spirit of unapologetic fearlessness and unbending commitment to community values. And honestly, I like to call it the boot camp because we're learning as we go. Many of us have never really been that involved with Democratic Party politics before this, but we have learned so much through it. And I am so appreciative to this particular body for the support in raising grassroots activists who hopefully will carry the torch of folks like Rose in pushing for social equity and justice for our community, and hopefully also advancing the Democratic Party at large. Secondly, I'd like to also, as a District 7 resident and someone who has dedicated the last 7.5 years to serving the residents of District 7, would like to urge your support and endorsement for Myrna Melgar. I mean, there's been a lot of things said about Myrna, but I think the most important thing for me is someone that has a track record, someone that has showed up and actually shown what she
Time's
can
up,
do.
Jen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. If you can read the next names, Karima.
Sure. Next one, Katie Asada. After the second one, Ari Bernal, Bruce Colville, Michael Tong, Lorna Garcia. and Geoffrey Morris. I can see you. I think we can hear you.
Can you
Go
hear
ahead.
me?
Yeah.
Great, thank you. Hello, my name is Kathy Asada. I've known Velasco Nguyen for over almost 20 years. He's smart, he's hardworking, he's fearless, and he's funny. District 7 has a large API population. Velasco's advocated for API families his entire career and also for people of color. He's a strong advocate, and I believe that he'll be a strong voice for District 7 on the Board of Supervisors. Velasco has impressed me with his exciting, momentum-filled campaign. He's raised an impressive amount of money and has been endorsed by some of the biggest labor unions and Democratic clubs. I asked the DCCC to endorse Velasco Nguyen for supervisor for District 7. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Harry, and then Bruce.
Harry, I think we can hear you now.
Hi, thank you. My name is Harry Bernholtz. I'm a college student born and raised here in SF. I'm calling in to express my strong support for Connie Chan for District 1 Supervisor. She brings a unique mix of legislative experience working as an aide for 2 members of the board, as well as for CCSF and Rec and Park. Connie believes that the Richmond District is not for sale. The Richmond District will not be displaced by corporate interests, and the Richmond District will recover from the pandemic stronger than ever. Thank you so much for your time, and please support Connie Chan.
And I know that I saw a name that I had seen earlier, Benjamin Gurwitz. Did he not speak?
You see him where in the list or in with us in the
He was on a
panel?
list that Zoe had given.
Okay, what is his name? Can you repeat it?
Benjamin Gurwitz.
Yes, I see him. He was on the list, and I don't know. I think Zoe has the list out of order,
My
and we.
lists are out of order. So if Karima, I think that you have the list that was in the order we were going
Yeah.
for.
So that's why it's better that it's
Yeah.
Okay, we'll follow your list then.
Yeah, so we have Bruce Colville, Michael Tong, Lorna Garcia, Geoffrey Maurice, Nomvula O'Mara.
I'm
Grace, we can hear you
strongly
now.
encouraging you to consider Asha Safai for another 4 years. I think he's been the most effective supervisor we've had. I've seen him work in affordable housing, Mission Street, Alameda, we have it coming in. He is back the funding for a new library at OMI. He's a strong legislator. He gets things done. The community trusts him, and I urge you to support him. One thing that he is, he's accessible, he and his staff. We were painting a mural over at OMI, and 12 o'clock at night, 2 days later, they were coming in to take it down, Department of Public Works. He was called at 12, he came at 12:15. That's him in a nutshell. He gets things done, he brings people together for the benefit of the district. So I urge you to support Asha Safai for supervisor, another 4 years. Thank you.
Next, Michael Tong.
Michael Tong?
Mm-hmm.
Michael?
Sorry. Oh, unmuted. Now can you hear me?
Yes.
Ah, good. Thank you so much. Hi, DCCC. Thank you so much for letting me speak. I'll make this quick. My name is Michael Tong. I was born and raised in District 1, and I currently work in District 7 at Laguna Honda Hospital for the last 10 years as a city worker. As such, I'm speaking in support of Connie Chan for District 1 and Myrna Melgar for District 7. My reasons are simple. With the recession looming, because of this pandemic, we're going to need experience on the board. People who've had prior experience, people who've been ledge aides, people with administrative experience, not necessarily people who has the best rap line or the most glossiest advertising campaigns. Both of these candidates have experience as ledge aides. Both have years of public service as administrators. and as supervisors, they need to hit the ground running, and I think they're more than qualified to do so. Thank you so much for letting me speak, and I know it's the middle of the week, but if you guys decide to have a drink afterwards, I do not blame you. Thanks again. Thanks. Bye. Am I done?
Next speaker, Lorna Garcia.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lorna Garcia. I'm here this evening to speak about Velasco Nguyen as supervisor for District 7. I've known Velasco for well over 10 years through my leadership roles as a past president for the Filipino Bar Association of Northern California, as well as the current director for the National Filipino American Lawyer Association. I would be so proud if Velasco were elected, as he would be the first Vietnamese individual in history to be elected to the San Francisco Board of Supervisors. District 7 is home to a diverse population to include a large API population. Now, as the son of a Vietnamese war refugees, Velasco himself has become a family man committed to advancing community interests. He's devoted his entire career, both professional and personal, to helping and fighting for families of color. As a Filipino-American mother of 3 children, I know that Velasco's voice as the District 7 representative on the Board of Supervisors will benefit all families who continue to be in need of a loyal supporter. I stand alongside Velasco 100% and hope that the San Francisco Democratic Party will also endorse Velasco Nguyen. Thank you, everyone.
Next speaker, Geoffrey Morris.
Okay.
We can hear you.
Okay, great. For some of you, I looked through the list. Some of you know who I am, some of you don't. I'm really particular. I stay on the south side of San Francisco. I deal with D10 and D11 issues, and I think it's very important to recognize Black Lakeview. Lakeview is one of the historical pockets in San Francisco. And during the past administration, Avalos administration, it was ignored. If you want to know, Gwen Brown has put out how she was squeezed out of funding. Raynard from Families First was squeezed out of funding. Black Lakeview wants Asha Safai. He recognizes the whole district. And if you all are not recognizing, we don't just come on these votes. We don't care about most of the stuff going on, but when somebody is really out there serving and helping Black people, we gonna come up and speak. And so it's very important. I see Bevan Duffy with Black Lives Matter. Black voices matter. And I've been on here 2 hours. I felt like I should have been called an hour ago, but it's very important that you all give Asha Safai your first choice. I believe in ranked choice voting, and I don't like the sole endorsements either. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, Nombrilla O'Mara.
Can you call the next 5 after that?
Sure. The first one, Edouard Wright. After this, Maya Chupkov, Michael Z, John Sherritt, and Danny Sauter.
Come on, your turn. You speak first. Okay. Go ahead, Jason.
Hello, my name is Jason Miles, one of 3 of a number of Mary's children, and I'd like to say that you should promote, support my mom, because she's very kind to her neighbors and she's just a very kind woman in general.
That was my son, Jason Meisel. But I was coming in tonight. I hope you'll spare me an extra minute because we're sharing the time slot. I really was asking for DCCC to charter the Black Women Caucus, and I wrote the manifesto and what that is. I'll just go on a very few key points. Invited to the Black Women Caucus in South Africa, where I'm from. Originally, Angela Davis was one of the speakers there, and I was very inspired, and it was our second time actually meeting. I'm and my neighbors, a group of women, all gender colors are included, but the idea is to have a Black Women Caucus in San Francisco, an organization that seeks to empower women of color and Black women in positions of leadership in industry, political, educational, environmental justice, entertainment, medical, science and technology, social, and nonprofit entities that advance the cause of progress to those communities facing restraint in economic, political, or social advancement in American society. Now, there's a lot more that I'd like to speak about, but I'm just going to go on the concluding point, which is the organization welcomes allies to our membership and executive board that espouse the values consistent with an agenda that advances our Black to the Future philosophy, consistent with the policies that propel progress of Black women in labor, bolster their advancement as captain of industries, elect Black women to positions of political and economic power, and women who will advance the progress of art, humanitarian causes, social and criminal justice, medicine, environmental justice, science, and technology. That's
Time's up,
just
Novella.
gist of it. Thank you, Karima. We've been waiting for a long time, but thank you, Zoe, Karima, and for your kindness, and everyone else. All right, it's Black to the Future with the new Black deal. It's called the Black Agenda. Thank you.
Thank you. Edward Wright, next speaker. Edward?
Edward? You need to unmute yourself.
Yeah, you're good.
He said he's gonna come back.
Okay,
I'll text him.
Okay, I'm gonna call Maya Chupkoff. Maya, we can see you, but we cannot hear you.
Hello.
Got it.
You are.
Good evening, everyone. I am really excited to advocate for support tonight for Connie Chan for D1, Aaron Peskin D3, Dean Preston D5, Velasca Nguyen D7, and John Avalos D11. Connie Chan, I will just listen to whatever Sandy Leaf Viewer says. So that's why I'm voting for Connie. And then for Dean Preston, he, as a D5 resident, he has such an amazing vision for housing, not only city, and he also has never evicted anyone. And Velasca Nguyen, I think this is a critical moment in our history, and having a public defender hold elective office, I think is critical for this moment. And then John Avalos, he's had a community-centered office during his first 2 terms.
Maya, time's up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maya.
Next speaker, I can see Edouard. You want to speak?
Yes,
Perfect.
thank you.
Go ahead.
Sorry for a minute, it was the wrong minute.
Mhm.
First things first, hi Gary. My name is Edward Wright. I'm here as the Vice President of Political Affairs for the Harvey Milk LGBTQ Democratic Club in asking you to please recharter us. There are several members of this body who served on our board or as our president, so I don't think I have to explain to you how important this club is. We are one of the oldest, one of the largest, and certainly the queerest Democratic clubs in San Francisco. And not only are we an important force in the Democratic Party, but an important training ground for generations of progressive activists and Democratic Party leaders. So please recharter the Harvey Milk LGBTQ Democratic Club, and I look forward to seeing what endorsements you make. Thank you.
Thank you, Edward. Next speaker, Michael Z. And after we have John Jersin, Danny Soder, and Supervisor Dean Preston.
Hello.
Hello, Michael. We can hear you.
Hi, all. Thank you. I'm a San Francisco resident, and I'm here to express my support for 2 exceptional candidates for the supervisor. First, for District 7, Emily Marassi. She has dedicated her life into serving communities, and in the past 15 years, she served as a director for the Department of Status of Women, where she championed the rise in the economic opportunities for women and women of color, as well as her work with the school board. And for District 1, Marjan Flower, who's dedicated much of her life for serving the community. And thank you and good night.
Thank you, Michael. Next speaker, John Jerson. John. Perfect. I
Hi
can hear you,
there.
I think. Hi.
Hi, I think I used John Jerson's link, but
Okay, no problem.
my name is Erica Johnson, and I'm a longtime resident of San Francisco, first in the Richmond and now in North Beach. And I'm here to support Danny Sauter for District 3 Supervisor. As I've gotten to know him, I can see just how much he cares about our neighborhood and the community, and how focused he is on taking action to help. I've seen him be ultimately very creative in mobilizing grassroots actions for slow streets, for saving local gyms, for saving local restaurants through volunteer organizations like North Beach Delivers. I ask you to endorse Danny Sauter for District 3 Supervisor. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Next speaker, Danny Sauter, and after Supervisor Preston. Danny, I think we can hear you.
Yes,
I
good
see you.
Hi, my name is Danny Sauter. I'm running for District 3 Supervisor. I really enjoyed our interview on Saturday, so just wanted to come back on tonight to say hello again. I'm a renter, community organizer, and nonprofit director. I've been serving District 3 in our neighborhoods for years as the president of our neighborhood association, fighting for small businesses, standing up for affordable housing, and advocating for solutions to end the suffering on our streets. As a nonprofit director, I work with our most vulnerable in our neighborhood, in our community centers throughout San Francisco, including Cameron House here in Chinatown, Tel High Neighborhood Center here in North Beach. I want our party, this party, to be one of grassroots advocates, to be one of community organizers, and I'm hoping that you'll give our campaign the chance to be just that for District 3 this November. Thank you all and have a good rest of your evening.
Thank you. Next speaker, Supervisor Preston, and after we have Abra Abidi, next Elena, third one Bivet Brackets, sorry, and after that Kevin Ortiz. Dean, can you hear us? Yes, I think you're on now.
Is that Supervisor Preston? Supervisor, welcome to the DCCC.
Dean, your microphone is on mute, so.
I think I see you unmuted.
Yeah.
Supervisor? Supervisor Preston? Maybe we can come back to the supervisor. Let's go to the next person and we'll come back to Supervisor Preston after that.
Abra Abidi. And just after, we're going back to Supervisor Preston. Abra, can you hear us?
Abrar?
I think that you have a bad connection. I can see you try to talk, but like the connection is really bad.
Okay, Supervisor Preston, let's try that.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. Go ahead, Abrar. Okay.
Yes, so.
My
Go
turn?
ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, Abra? Yeah, go
Abrar
ahead.
here for Dean Preston. I'm a PhD student in molecular and cell biology at UC Berkeley. In early March, start of shelter in place, hand sanitizer disappeared from store shelves. I scoured the university stockrooms for ethanol and began to churn out gallons of hand sanitizer in an empty lab space in my building. That day, I called up Dean Preston's office, and within hours, His staff began to assemble what soon became a complex distribution system to raise funds, source and fill small bottles of their sanitizer, and distribute it by the thousands to shelters, nursing homes, small businesses, public housing developments, and essential workers, such as the entire fleet of Muni bus operators. 4 months later, we have distributed over 4,200 gallons, which is enough for well over 100,000 people. All of this mutual aid came naturally to Dean, and very little of it would have happened without him. I've been extraordinarily inspired by him, and he radiates humility and decency, and I give him my full-throated praise and urge you to endorse him.
Thank you. Dean, are you here with us now? Supervisor Preston, can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So I don't know how I'm under Dean Preston's name, but I can guarantee you I am not him. Yeah, so it's really strange. But my name is Lydia Sanchez. I'm a D11 resident. I want to give my unequivocal and unrelenting support for Supervisor Safai. Back in 2018, my son was part of a terrible misinjustice regarding a shooting at Balboa High School, where him and 4 other students were blatantly mistreated and treated extremely unfairly by both the school district and the San Francisco Police Department. My son was basically at the wrong place at the wrong time, and Supervisor Safai came and spoke on our behalf, came to speak to us as a family to see what was going on, and was not afraid to speak to SFPD or to stand up to the school district on behalf of Black and Brown children and Black and Brown families, which I believe.
Time's up. Thank you. Next speaker, Elena, and just after we have Bivet.
Okay, Alina. If you can unmute yourself, go ahead.
Great. Hello, my name is Alina Kisnoska. I'm an immigrant, and for identification purposes only, I work as a researcher at UCSF and lead the science policy group. I'm calling in to ask for sole endorsement of Dean Preston for District 5 Supervisor. Supervisor Preston has impressed me in his approach to tackling the problems of our city in a pragmatic manner, especially when it comes to dealing with public health issues. Supervisor Preston banned evictions for non-payment of rent during COVID, advocated for housing for unhoused people during the pandemic, and for 10,000 units of social housing. His understanding of homelessness and housing as a public health issue is an invaluable voice to have on the board and as a representation of the Democratic Party during this health crisis. Just this week, the American Heart Association published a statement indicating that housing insecurity and homelessness is a prominent determinant of cardiovascular health and well-being and should be addressed to eliminate racial disparities and disease prevalence. I think that Supervisor Preston's actions and positions stand in stark contrast to former Supervisor Valley Brown's actions, namely evicting a tenant of color and equivocating to our community about it. Please solely endorse Supervisor Preston, and for similar reasons related to housing, Velasco and Wen. Thank you so much.
I know that it's Vivette Brackett, and then who's next after that?
We have Mary Harris, Veronica Unicott, Kevin Ortiz, Gwendolyn Brown, and the last speaker is Abigail Mesa.
Okay, great. Vivette Brackett. Ms. Brackett, are you on? Yes.
Hello, everyone. Before they start on my 1 minute, I'd like to invoke unlimited minute speaking time as a founding member of the San Francisco Black Wall Street, because we have 0 Black club political representation on DCCC. So I'd like to ask that be adhered to before I move on and take my 1 minute.
You have to be an officer of a charter club.
Okay, so I'll make it quick then. It's disappointing to me that at the height of the Black Lives Matter movement and DACA civil rights advocacy, that we show up to march in the streets in thousands to say how much representation matters, but instead leaders of the Democratic Party from both the progressive left, Democratic Socialists, all the way to the moderates, we failed, let me repeat, fail to support candidates who have done the hard work of devoting their entire lives to supporting their communities. I find it equally disgusting to hear that members of the DCCC have been involved in backroom deals to extinguish the will of the community and instead set up undemocratic endorsement process to install political operatives that will support the future aspirations of people who sit on this very board who are angling for higher office. You should be ashamed of running on the notion that you are a social justice slate if you have participated in any voting to sanction these nefarious activities today. While I like Avalos as a person, I cannot ignore Indigenous Black voices in OMI Lakeview D11 who support FIE. I cannot ignore D7 voices who support Myrna Melgar and reject candidates who just moved into the District 6 months ago. Marjan, who understands the needs of small business community, which is hurting badly in D1. And I can also not stand silent as someone born and raised in D5 who are demanding consideration of candidates like Daniel, Nambula, and Valley Brown, in addition to Dean Preston. That's why we have ranked voting process. It's about equity, not dominance. Find your conscience. Stop being bullied by the powers that be and support community voices today.
Time's up,
Anything
Vivek.
less is unacceptable. And lastly, I
Thank you.
support Black Women's Caucus.
Thank you.
Thank
Next
you.
speaker.
Mary Harris, and after we have Veronica Unicut.
I think we might have already heard from Mary.
Yeah, I think she spoke earlier.
Oh, okay. So next one, Veronica Unicut. And just after we have Kevin Ortiz.
Veronica?
Yes, can you hear
And
me?
Kevin Ortiz.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. I'm Dr. Veronica Honeycutt, a longtime OMI resident, and I urge your endorsement for Supervisor Asha Safai for District 11. Why? Because as one of the other people who talked to you said, he gets things done. His accomplishments secured over $60 million for close to 400 affordable housing units, secured planting of over 1,500 trees, secured repaving of 200 streets, had multiple playgrounds rebuilt, opened the first Safe Pathway program for formerly homeless folks, created a job center in an area of high crime and unemployment where I live to help our young people and our adults, and secured funding for a $40 million library. District 11, which has often been overlooked, has been a forgotten neighborhood, has been revitalized thanks to Supervisor Safai and his staff's work. He knows how to work with marginalized people. He has transformed District 11, as I indicated. He has a proven track record. He's endorsed by the San Francisco Labor Council, Transport Workers Local 258, the Teamsters, and other labor unions, and he's endorsed by other community organizations. Thank you for this opportunity to share this information. Do the right thing. Support.
Thank you, Veronica.
And I've been
Kevin
Next
Ortiz.
speaker, Kevin Ortiz. And we have Gwendolyn Brown, and after Max Bilic, and the last one, Abigail Mesa, but we have one who couldn't use the function raise hand, Stephen Curie.
Hi, I am using Kevin Ortiz's link, but this is not Kevin Ortiz. My name is Norma Garcia, and I am a resident of Bernal Heights, D9, lifelong Mission District in Bernal Heights resident. I am here to speak in favor of Myrna Melgar for District 7 Supervisor. Really request your endorsement. I've known Myrna for over 30 years. When she first began as an assistant demanding environmental rights for Poder. I know that she worked at Meta, did fantastic work there, and also at Jamestown. But I really want to highlight that Myrna is someone who knows how to get things done. And she knows how to work across many different stakeholder groups, which is extremely important for being successful in a role as a supervisor in the city. And more than anything, Myrna has her heart and soul in the right place and will do everything in her power to represent the interests of the people, particularly those who are most vulnerable and who need the most. So I really ask for your endorsement. I don't think you could place your trust in a better person for D7. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, Gwendolyn Brown. Gwendolyn, I think we can hear you now. Yes. Gwendolyn? Speaker, Gwendolyn Brown.
Hi, my name is Gwendolyn Brown. I'm the Executive Director of Inner City Youth, a nonprofit in the OMI, providing youth services and workforce programs since 1997. If you're familiar with the OMI, you know natives call it Lakeview. It's the neighborhood I was born and raised in. It is also the neighborhood I still live in. My youngest niece and nephew attend Sheridan Elementary. As a homeowner in the OMI, I think it's important that we have a voice that is unwavering in City Hall. For me, Asha has been an unwavering supporter of all community voices, especially those who often feel excluded in the city's political process. I support the re-election of Asha Safai and his re-election for district supervisor. For decades, OMI has, our concerns have been overlooked, marginalized. We felt isolated out here. Over the past 4 years, I've seen a noticeable change and increase in investment in Lakeview, and this is why I feel like we finally have a real advocate at City Hall for D11 and for Black Lakeview in particular. It feels like a new day in Lakeview. Before it was mainly the community which led advocacy efforts, and now we have a supervisor who is partnering with us on the front line, even when it was unpopular to do so. Much of the work he does is not always in front of the cameras, but it's always for the community. While many think the painting we did of Invest Black is just a painting, he's also invested in a follow-up and has been instrumental in helping us organize a series of town halls where city department heads had to address disparities that exist in Lakeview.
Time's up,
Never had
Gwendolyn.
a supervisor that supports the idea of Black sovereignty, which is solutions to problems in the
Thank you.
solved by
Next
Black residents.
speaker, Max Bilic. We have after this Abigail Mesa and Kevin Ortiz. But I think we have 2 Kevin Ortiz waiting, so I'm guessing Kevin maybe shared his links. It's probably someone else.
Hi, my name's Max Billick. The first time I met Valley Brown, I was canvassing for her campaign, and I remember walking down to Visadero Street with her, and the way she engaged with that community. She's been in that neighborhood for so many years, and the way she spoke to everybody with decency, and just the decency that she brought to her job, the passion and the commitment to her community. I have not seen that from any politician but Valley Brown. She spoke to everybody with the utmost respect and with the attitude where she was going to solve their problems, people whom she knew, people whom she hadn't met yet. There was a man whose house had just burnt down. We spent 15 minutes at that house, and she made him feel better. She was committed to making sure that he had a fair shake from the government too. People who were drinking out of bags on the front porch of the house, they were scared to be speaking to someone who was a supervisor, but Valley Brown spoke to them too with respect. And she has brought such decency to her job when she was a supervisor. And I think she should get back into City Hall. So I would like to urge you to please endorse her. Thank you.
Thank you, Max.
Thank you. Next speaker, we have Abigail Mesa, and after we have Kevin Ortiz and Stephen Curry and Mary Harris.
Mary Harris already spoke.
I think she came back. I think it's another person because people been using the same link. So I'm guessing, but I'm not sure. It's a little bit confusing.
It might be her husband, Al, so we should give her a shot.
Okay.
Technology-wise, they might just be logging in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who's next?
Abigail Mesa.
Abigail?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Abigail.
Abigail, you didn't activate your microphone.
You unmute yourself, please.
So I'm going to bring Kevin Ortiz until Abigail, I keep you there until you figure it out how to make it work.
Kevin Ortiz, Or is that somebody else under Kevin?
We'll see.
Hi, members of the DCCC. Can you guys hear me?
Yes. We can.
Hello? I cannot hear you. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Hey, everyone. Good to see you all. This is actually the real Kevin Ortiz. Thank you all. I'm going to be invoking my privileges as an elected delegate to the State Democratic Party, and I'm here tonight in my capacity as a founder of the Latinx Young Democrats. I'm here to present the recommendations that our membership voted on this past Saturday after we went through a very thorough endorsement process. The endorsement recommendations are as follow. For District 1, Connie Chan. District 5, Dean Preston. District 7, well, I'll get back to that. District 11, John Avalos. And then for District 7, we had a very thorough process. We actually put up a dual endorsement as an opportunity, but the club overwhelmingly supported as a sole endorsement for Myrna Malgar. We felt this was necessary because Myrna would be the second ever elected Latina to do so if she wins, right after Susan Leal. She's an immigrant and a refugee who has a history of advocacy both in community, city hall, working for 2 supervisors, a mayor, through a city department at MoCD, and executive director of a nonprofit at the Jamestown Community Center, while also being a president of the Planning Commission fighting against gentrification and displacement in the Latinx community. I want to discuss what's been going on in the Latinx community with the massive troves of folks that have been being displaced. Over 10,000 Latinos have been displaced. Myrna was really at the helm, really making sure that we could help mitigate that and stop that as it was going on. So, you know, and also being 6 years of the executive director of the Jamestown Community Center, really building on youth voices to come to the table. So, you know, we're really excited to endorse her. We hope that you make a great decision tonight. And thank you all for your advocacy and your endurance, because this has definitely been a marathon. So I appreciate all the work that you do in community, and good to see you all.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks, Karima.
Mary Harris, and after we have Stephen Curry. I'm sorry, my hand has been raised by mistakes. That's what I hear in the chat.
Mary Harris?
Okay. I think her hand has been raised by mistake. She's been writing in the chat. So I'm going to bring on Stephen because he had a hard time to raise his hand. He's been waiting.
Stephen Courier.
Stephen?
So do you hear me? So do you
yes,
hear me?
we can. Yes.
Okay. So, you know, all my friends on the DCCC, happy day. I just want to say, you know, as a lifelong resident of Crocker Amazon, 28 years, District 11, I support wholeheartedly Asha Safai. And I just want to say that the former 8 years, we got nothing done in District 11. Asha, in the last 4 years, thank you, Asha, for doing what you have done for us. Not only in parks, but in police reforms in our district and public safety. And I endorse so totally heartily Asha Safai. So thank you for letting me speak to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Abigail, ready to speak?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you,
You're
folks.
here. Okay, great.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Abigail Mesa, and I've been a San Francisco resident for 16 years. I've known Velasco for over a decade, and he was a mentor to me and has devoted his life mentoring others. You've heard numerous callers speak about Velasco's commitment to public service and social justice, but the core of Velasco is centered on family, especially the families in District 7, where he is the coach of the girls' basketball team at his daughter's school, where he is the coach of the mock trial team, and has volunteered alongside D7 families for over 7 years, coaching basketball, teaching mock trial, and president of the Dads Club. As a mother of 2 kids myself, I know that Velasquez's voice on the Board of Supervisors representing District 7 will lead to bold change and leadership that the district needs. Thank you for your time, and I ask that you endorse Velasco Nguyen for District 7 Supervisor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Karima, is there any other person who is on the line for public comment?
Sorry. I see Nombuela Omera raising hand and Abigail Mesa, but they're already, no, it's good. You can go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, this concludes public comment. Thank you to everyone who spoke. And I know that a lot of people waited a long time to speak. So we greatly appreciate your patience. And I want to again thank Karima, our executive director, and Zoe, one of our interns, for doing an amazing job and keeping this process going. It's not an easy process, and we're always trying to figure out how we do it better. So we will work on that, but it is a challenge. With that in mind, we will now proceed to the next item on the agenda, which is reports, and specifically to go to the club chartering so that we can proceed to get that done. And I will simply ask our Vice President for Club Chartering, Honey Mahogany. I know that you have received applications that are complete and that we have a number of clubs that have requested the rechartering, and the clubs are the life and blood of the Democratic Party. That's where the work is done. So it's a very important part of our responsibility. And again, grateful to our Vice President, Honey Mahogany, and our Executive Director for all the work that went into this effort.
Thank you,
Madam
Chair
Vice
Campos.
President.
Thank you, Chair Campos. I was very, very excited to present on these clubs today, but in the essence of time, I'm wondering if I can make a motion to accept all of these clubs which have completed their full applications and submitted their chartering fee all at once. Is there a motion so that we can do that?
Motion. We can list the clubs so that we can have that for the record.
Can we take that with acclamation? Or
yeah, if we can list, I just want to list the clubs to make sure
absolutely
that we have them.
Sure.
So it's Arab American Democratic Club, Edwin M. Lee Asian Pacific Democratic Club, Harvey Milk LGBTQ Democratic Club, Pacific Islander Democratic Club, Rose Pack Democratic Club, San Francisco Eastern Neighborhoods Democratic Club, and San Francisco Young Democrats.
Yes, that's correct.
And can I have whoever motioned and then seconded it?
So who made the motion?
Lacroix.
Motion by Member Lacroix, Vice President Lacroix, seconded by
Dufty.
By Dufty. Motion to by acclamation. Can we do that without objection? By acclamation. So the motion passes. Congratulations to all the clubs.
Okay.
Actually, I think we need to have the
yeah,
actual.
I was going to say, I think we have to have the actual vote now.
In terms of the motion to do a vote by acclamation, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Any
Aye.
opposed?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
abstentions? All right, it passes by acclamation. Congratulations to all the clubs. Thank you very much to our vice chair again and to our executive director. Now we will go on to the next item, which is the endorsement of candidates for local office for November 3rd, 2020 election. And we are going to follow the order as amended, which begins with District 11. And just for folks who are watching, what is up for a vote in November are all of the odd number districts on the Board of Supervisors. That's districts 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. 7 and 9 and 11. And so we're going to start with District 11. The way that this works, and I will turn it over to my to our recording secretary, who the way that it works is we have a ranked choice voting system for supervisor. So beginning with District 11, we will first vote for the first place endorsement for that district. And when it comes to the vote, we're going to go down the roll, and for each person that is called upon, the person will say the name of the candidate or abstention or no endorsement. Again, the name of one of the candidates, abstention or no endorsement. Abstention lowers the threshold for what is needed to get an endorsement. The current threshold with 33 voting members is 17 to get a majority. And if, let's say, 2 people abstain, that would lower the threshold from 33 to 31. So the key to get a majority would be 16 as an example. And no endorsement is in and of itself a choice. And if no endorsement gets a majority of the votes, then there would be no endorsement. And then the last thing that I would say is that if there is a no endorsement for the first place vote, then there is no endorsement for the remaining. So with that, I will turn it over to our recording secretary, Janice Lee, so that she can do the roll. And again, the choice is one of the candidates, no endorsement or abstention. Madam Secretary.
Great, thanks. And then also I will add that you can pass, but if you are the final to vote, I'll come back to you and you can no longer pass. So I'm going to do a bit of,
And if you could say the name of the candidate, the names of the candidates that are, thank you.
Yep. So
Chair, I have a question.
Yes, Member Baraka.
Are all the members that weren't here in the beginning now in attendance? I think there were 4 members that weren't here.
They were, and they all individually notified me that they were here when they arrived.
So they are here. That's all I needed to know, if they were here.
Yep. So I'm going to do call and response. So for example, I'm going to start with Member Avalos. So I'm going to say Avalos, and then he'll say his vote, and then I'll repeat it. So we're first going to start with District 11 Supervisor.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
So are there going to be 34 members voting?
33.
33, okay.
Yep.
My list has 31.
Excuse me?
Okay.
My list
I go
has
through the
31.
roll, and I have a fancy spreadsheet that I made. And
Yeah, I'm using it. Who's missing? That's what I'm trying to find out.
I don't want to confuse people. There are 33 voting members of the Central Committee, 24 that are directly elected, and 9 that are ex officio members.
Okay, so we are going to start with District 11 Supervisor, rank 1. Your options are John Avalos, Marcel, Asha Safai, abstain, or no endorsement. And I'm going to go alphabetically by last name, first with elected members, and then into ex officio members. So, Member Avalos.
Hi. Hi. Sorry, Janice, before we go into, I'm sorry if I missed it, but I was just wondering why we're starting with District 11 and not going in order of the districts?
We amended it as part of agenda amendment.
I see. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Keith, the Google spreadsheet is missing Mandelman and Williams and Kounalakis.
I am sorry about that error. That has now been edited, and that should be updated on the website if it has not been already. And I have a separate internal spreadsheet where I'm tracking where Chair Campos, committee chairs Abanez and Gloria and Barry and the ED are able to view, so they can hold me accountable.
Yes, it is updated on the website, and also the link that I send you, it is updated. Janice,
The 72-hour notice.
And just so that we can be clear, the results will be posted on the website so that everyone has the full accounting of how every member voted.
Yes, I will provide that whenever this is over, and I will make sure to do that tonight.
And this, Member Loftus, so we're going to vote. We're not going to have discussion, but I would like to say to all the members of the public, the hundreds and hundreds of people who came, thank you for your dedication and for letting us know where you stand.
Okay, are there procedural questions?
I'm just trying to get the new list. I have the old one, and
I am so sorry. Karima, can I ask you to share it around at least for our members? And
It,
can we?
it is on the same link. Is not a file, is on the Google Doc. So when you change it, everybody has the same change. So
There
I
you
can
go.
send it to you, the link again, if you don't find the email.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna get started with this. And if I don't do it well the first round, we're gonna like discuss and then I'll do it right. Okay,
Let's call the roll and vote.
great. Avalos.
Avalos.
Avalos, Avalos. Baraka.
pass only because I'm looking for the doc. I'll be right with.
Barry.
Avalos.
Barry, Avalos. Campos.
Avalos.
Campos, Avalos. Chen. Member Chen?
Come on.
Avalos. Chen, Avalos. Dufty?
Pass.
Member Galata?
Avalos.
Member Galata, Avalos. Haney, Member Haney.
Avalos.
Member Haney, Avalos. Member Ibanez?
Pass.
Member Kim?
Member Kim.
Member Jane Kim?
Sorry, I didn't realize I was on mute. Avalos.
Member Kim, Avalos. Member Lacroix?
Member Lacroix.
Yes.
Pass.
Member Lee, Avalos. Member Loftus?
Loftus.
Member
Who's
Loftus?
Loftus?
What?
Pass.
Member Lovett?
Avalos.
Member Lovett, Avalos. Member Mandelman?
Abstain.
Member Mandelman, abstain. Member Marr?
Avalos.
Member Marr, Avalos. Member Mahogany?
Avalos.
Member Mahogany, Avalos. Member Maliga?
Avalos.
Member Maliga, Avalos. Member Morales?
Avalos.
Member Morales, Avalos. Member Raju?
Member Raju.
Avalos.
Member Raju, Avalos. Member Ronan?
Avalos.
Member Ronan, Avalos. Member Thomas?
Avalos.
Member Thomas, Avalos. Member Tung?
Pass.
Member Tung, pass. Member Williams?
Avalos.
Member Williams, Avalos. On to ex officio. Member Feinstein?
No endorsement.
Member Feinstein, no endorsement. Member Pelosi?
No endorsement.
Member Pelosi, no endorsement. Member Spear?
No endorsement.
Member Spear, no endorsement. Member Kounalakis?
No endorsement.
Member Kounalakis, no endorsement. Member Ma?
No endorsement.
Member Ma, no endorsement. Member Cohen?
No endorsement.
Member Cohen, no endorsement. Member Weiner?
No endorsement.
Member Weiner, no endorsement. Member Ting?
No endorsement.
Member Ting, no endorsement. Member Chu?
No endorsement.
Member Chu, no endorsement. I'm going to go back up to the people who passed. So Member Baraka?
Avalos.
Member Baraka, Avalos. Member Dufty?
Abstain.
Member Dufty, abstain. Member Ibanez?
No endorsement.
Member Ibanez, no endorsement. Member Lacroix?
Avalos.
Member Lacroix, Avalos. Member Loftus?
No endorsement.
Member Loftus, no endorsement. Member Tung?
No endorsement.
Member Tung, no endorsement. At the end of round one, we have, oh my gosh, this sheet. Okay, the math of this is possibly wrong.
19.
I
Okay.
count 19 for Avalos.
19 for Avalos. There are 2 abstentions, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12 for no endorsement.
12, no endorsement. Oh my gosh, I have to edit this. I apologize. So with 33 total votes, 2 abstentions, the total 50 plus 1 threshold is 17 votes. John Avalos has received 19 votes for rank 1. So we have endorsed John Avalos for rank 1 for District 11 Supervisor. Congratulations, John. We will move on to rank 2.
Just for members of the public to repeat, on the first vote for first rank for District 11, of the 33 votes, Avalos received 19, abstentions received 2, and no endorsement received 12. So Avalos gets the first place endorsement. Now we'll move on to the second place endorsement.
Yes, thank you. And I figured out my mistake. Okay, great. Rank 2, your choices for rank 2 are Marcelo Calusi, Asha Safai, abstain, or no endorsement. Avalos for rank 2.
No endorsement.
Avalos, no endorsement. Member Baraka.
No endorsement.
Member Baraka, no endorsement. Member Barry.
No endorsement.
Member Barry, no endorsement. Member Campos.
No endorsement.
Member Campos, no endorsement. Member Chen.
Pass.
Member Dufty.
Pass.
Member Galata.
No endorsement.
Member Galata, no endorsement. Member Haney.
Pass.
Member Ibanez.
Pass.
Member Kim.
Safai.
Member Kim, Safai. Member Lacroix.
Safai.
Member Lacroix, Safai. Member Lee, no endorsement. Member Loftus.
Safai.
Member Loftus, Safai. Member Lovett.
No endorsement.
Member Lovett, no endorsement. Member Mandelman.
Abstain.
Member Mandelman, abstain. Member Marr.
Pass.
Member Mahogany.
Member Mahogany.
No endorsement.
Member Mahogany, no endorsement. Member Maliga.
No endorsement.
Member Maliga, no endorsement. Member Morales.
No endorsement.
Member Morales, no endorsement. Member Raju. Member
Raju.
Pass.
Member Ronan.
No endorsement.
Member Ronan, no endorsement. Member Thomas.
Safai.
Member Thomas, Safai. Member Tong.
Safai.
Member Tong, Safai. Member Williams.
Pass.
Member Feinstein.
Safai.
Member Feinstein, Safai. Member Pelosi.
Safai.
Member Pelosi, Safai. Member Spear.
Safai.
Member Spear, Safai. Member Kounalakis.
Safai.
Member Kounalakis, Safai. Member Ma.
Safai.
Member Ma, Safai. Member Cohen.
Safai.
Member Cohen, Safai. Member Weiner.
Safai.
Member Weiner, Safai. Member Ting.
Safai.
Member Ting, Safai. Member Chu.
Safai.
Member Chu, Safai. Back to those who passed. Member Chen.
Safai.
Member Chen, Safai. Member Dufty.
Pass.
Member Matt Haney.
Abstain.
Member Haney, abstain. Member Ibanez.
No endorsement.
Member Safai, Member Ibanez, no endorsement. Member Marr.
No endorsement.
Member Marr, no endorsement. Member Raju.
No endorsement.
Member Raju, no endorsement. Member Williams.
Abstain.
Member Williams, abstain. The final vote is Member Dufty.
Abstain.
Member Dufty, abstain. So for rank 2, there are 0 votes for Avalos, of course, 0 votes for Calusi, 15 votes for Safai. There were 4 abstentions and 14 no endorsements. That is a tally of 3 votes minus the 4 abstentions is 29, meaning the threshold of 50 plus 1 is 16 votes.
15.
No, it's 15. It's 15. The
15.
threshold is 15.
15.
The
15.
threshold,
The threshold is 15, which
Of
means
29?
yeah, I'm sorry, I have bad math here. Which means that Safai has received the rank 2 endorsements. Congratulations, Supervisor Safai. We will now move on to the rank.
hold on. I just want to, for the record, Madam Secretary, I just want to say again, the vote for the second round, it's number, no endorsement, 14 votes, Safai, 15 votes, 4 abstentions. That lowers the threshold to 29 voting members, with the majority being 15. So Safai gets the second place endorsement. Thank you. Go ahead.
Correct. And then we will move on to the 3 endorsement. Your options for rank 3 endorsement now are Marcelo Calusi, abstain, or no endorsement. Avalos for rank 3. Member Avalos?
Member Avalos.
No endorsement.
Member Avalos, no endorsement. Member Baraka?
No endorsement.
Member Baraka, no endorsement. Member Barry?
Endorsement.
Member Barry, no endorsement. Member Campos?
No endorsement.
Member Campos, no endorsement. Member Chen? I'm sorry, I couldn't catch that. Member Chen?
No endorsement.
No endorsement. Member Chen. Member Dufty?
No endorsement.
No endorsement. Member Dufty. Member Galata?
No endorsement.
Member Galata, no endorsement. Member Haney?
No endorsement.
Member Haney, no endorsement. Member Ibanez?
No endorsement.
Member Ibanez, no endorsement. Member Kim?
No endorsement.
Member Kim, no endorsement. Member Lacroix?
No endorsement.
Member Lacroix, no endorsement. Member Lee, no endorsement. Loftus?
No endorsement.
Member Loftus, no endorsement. Member Lovett?
No endorsement.
Member Lovett, no endorsement. Member Mandelman?
No endorsement.
Member Mandelman, no endorsement. Member Marr?
No endorsement.
Member Marr, no endorsement. Member Mahogany?
No endorsement.
Member Mahogany, no endorsement. Member Maliga?
Endorsement.
Member Maliga, no endorsement. Member Morales?
No endorsement.
Member Morales, no endorsement. Member Raju?
No endorsement.
Member Raju, no endorsement. Member Ronan?
No endorsement.
Member Ronan, no endorsement. Member Thomas?
No endorsement.
Member Thomas, no endorsement. Member Tung?
No endorsement.
Member Tung, no endorsement. Member Williams?
No endorsement.
Member Williams, no endorsement. Member Feinstein?
Abstain.
Member Feinstein, abstain. Member Pelosi?
No endorsement.
Member Pelosi, no endorsement. Member Spear?
No endorsement.
Member Spear, no endorsement. Member Kounalakis?
No endorsement.
Member Kounalakis, no endorsement. Member Ma?
No endorsement.
Member Ma, no endorsement. Member Cohen?
No endorsement.
Member Cohen, no endorsement. Member Weiner?
No endorsement.
Member Weiner, no endorsement. Member Ting?
No endorsement.
Member Ting, no endorsement. Member,
No endorsement.
Member Chu, no endorsement. So at the end of that, we have for the remaining choices, 0 votes for Marcelo Calusi, 1 abstention, 32 no endorsements. The total minus abstentions is 32, so the threshold would have been 17. And with 30 votes for no endorsement, there's no endorsement for the rank 3.
Member Lee,
Yes.
is it possible to rescind the vote on the number 2 endorsement? Can I move to rescind?
A motion to rescind. I will turn to our parliamentarian, Member Lacroix.
Someone in the, I believe it's in the majority would have to make the motion to rescind.
Okay.
And it would have to be seconded and then voted by the entire body before considering.
Okay, so there has to be one of the individuals that voted for Safai would have to make the motion to do a revote and rescind that vote. So the floor is now open for any of those folks to make that motion.
Parliamentary question. Doesn't a motion to rescind require 2/3?
Madam Parliamentarian.
Sorry, yes, bringing out my rules of order book right now.
I thought we got an email earlier today about how once you vote, it's over in our procedures.
That is true. I wrote those procedures, but it did not examine the rescinding of a vote. So I apologize, and I would defer to the parliamentarian on rescinding.
Ultimately, the decision is based on Robert's rules, and so we will hear from our parliamentarian.
You expired. I'm on camera. I got the camera off, so I can't really.
I would ask that Member Baraka, I think you need
Unmute
to
him.
mute yourself.
I did it, yeah.
Sorry about that.
Mr. Chairman, it's 10:30 at night. Can we move on to District 7?
We're gonna.
Sorry, you guys are asking me to make a ruling, and I want to be thorough before coming up with information that isn't factually accurate. So thank you so much for your patience. A motion to rescind can only be made if no action has been taken on the original motion, and it can be made at any time during the meeting after the original motion has been made and passed. A motion to rescind does require 2/3 in order to pass.
And who can make the motion to rescind?
The person making the motion to rescind has to be someone who voted in the majority.
Okay, so I would ask if there's any of the folks who voted for the majority, which in this case voted to endorse Asha Safai as the number 2. Is there any member who would like to make that motion to rescind? Okay, seeing none, then no motion can be made. We will now move on to District 9.
Great. So on to supervisor. For rank 1, your options are Hillary Ronan, abstain, or no endorsement. So Member Avalos.
Ronan.
Member Avalos, Ronan. Next, Member Baraka. Member Keith Baraka.
Member Baraka.
Wake up.
Ronan.
Member Baraka, Ronan. Next, Member Barry.
Ronan.
Member Barry, Ronan. Next, Member Compost.
Ronan.
Member Compost, Ronan. Member Chen.
Ronan.
Member Chen, Ronan. Member Dufty.
Ronan.
Member Dufty, Ronan. Member Galata.
Hillary Ronan.
Member Galata, Member Haney.
Ronan.
Member Haney, Ronan. Member Ibanez.
Ronan.
Member Ibanez, Ronan. Member Kim.
Ronan, and I regret not doing a motion to do by acclamation.
Member Kim, Ronan. Member Lacroix.
Sorry, Ronan.
Member Lacroix, Ronan. Member Lee, Ronan. Member Loftus.
No endorsement.
Member Loftus, no. Member Lovett.
Ronan.
Member Lovett, Ronan. Member Mandelman.
Ronan.
Member Mandelman, Ronan. Member Marr.
Ronan.
Member Marr, Ronan. Mahogany.
Ronan.
Member Mahogany, Ronan. Maliga.
Ronan.
Member Maliga, Member Morales.
Ronan.
Member Morales.
Ronan. Member Raju.
I will
Ronan.
support it.
Member Raju, Ronan. Member Ronan.
Ronan.
I'm just gonna say Ronan squared. Member Thomas.
Ronan.
Member Thomas, Ronan. Member Tong.
No endorsement.
Member Tong endorsement. Member Williams.
Ronan.
Member Williams, Ronan. Member Feinstein.
Abstain.
Member Feinstein, abstain. Member Pelosi.
Ronan.
Member Pelosi, Ronan. Member Spear.
Ronan.
Member Spear, Ronan. Member Kunalakis.
Ronan.
Member Kunalakis, Ronan.
Oh, sorry. Abstain.
Member Ma, abstain. Member Cohen.
Ronan.
Member Cohen, Ronan. Member Weiner.
No endorsement.
Member Weiner, no endorsement. Member Ting.
Ronan.
Member Ting, Ronan. Member Chu.
Ronan.
Member Chu, Ronan. All right, for rank 1 endorsements, the counts are for Hillary Ronan, 28 votes. There were a total of 33 votes, 2 mentions. So the threshold is 16 and with 28 votes. Congratulations, Hillary, you have gotten the rank 1 endorsement.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Congratulations, Supervisor Ronan, for getting the #1 endorsement for District 9 Supervisor with 28 votes. We will now move on to the #2 endorsement. There is no other candidate, so I think that's it.
Stand it. So we will now go on to District 7. So for rank 1, your options are Joel Gardio, Trenga, Irna Melgar, Emily Marase, Velasco Wynn, abstain, or no endorsement. All right, Member Avalos.
Pass.
Member Baraka. Member Baraka.
Member Baraka.
Please pay attention.
I will
No
take that as a
endorsement.
pass. No endorsement, sorry.
No endorsement.
Member Baraka, no endorsement. Member Barry.
Endorsement.
Member Barry, no endorsement. Member Campos.
No endorsement.
Member Campos, no endorsement. Member Chen. Member
Melgar.
Melgar. Member Chen, Melgar. Member Dufty.
Melgar.
Member Dufty, Melgar. Member Galata.
No endorsement.
Member Galata, no endorsement. Member Haney.
No endorsement.
Member Haney, no endorsement. Member Ibanez.
No endorsement.
Member Ibanez, no endorsement. Member Kim.
Melgar.
Member Kim, Melgar. Member Lacroix. Member Lee Lacroix.
Member Lacroix.
You are still muted.
Member Lacroix.
Okay, I'm gonna take that as a pass and I will revisit. Member Lee Melgar, Member Loftus.
Melgar.
Member Loftus, Melgar, Member Lovett.
No endorsement.
Member Lovett, no endorsement. Member Mandelman.
Melgar.
Member Mandelman, Melgar. Member Marr.
Melgar.
Member Marr, Melgar. Member Mahogany.
No endorsement.
Member Mahogany, no endorsement. Member Maliga.
No endorsement.
Member Maliga, no endorsement. Member Morales.
No endorsement.
Member Morales, no endorsement. Member Raju.
No endorsement.
Member Raju, no endorsement. Member Ronan.
No endorsement.
Member Ronan, no endorsement. Member Thomas.
No endorsement.
Member Thomas, no endorsement. Member Tong.
Pass.
Member Tong, pass. Member Williams.
Melgar.
Member Williams, Melgar. Member Feinstein.
Melgar.
Member Feinstein, Melgar. Member Pelosi.
Abstain.
Member Pelosi, abstain. Member Spear.
Abstain.
Member Spear abstain. Member Kounalakis.
Melgar.
Member Kounalakis, Melgar. Member Ma.
Melgar.
Member Ma, Melgar. Member Cohen.
Melgar.
Member Cohen, Melgar. Member Weiner.
Melgar.
Member Weiner, Melgar. Member Ting.
Melgar.
Member Ting, Melgar. Member Chu.
Melgar.
Member Chu, Melgar. I'm going to go back to the people who passed. Member Avalos.
No endorsement.
Member Avalos, no endorsement. Member Lacroix, are you back?
Member Lacroix, we need your vote.
Yes, sorry, my Wi-Fi is crapping out. Melgar.
Member Lacroix, Melgar. Member Tung.
Melgar.
Member Tung, Melgar. At the end of the first round of voting, Engardio 0, Matranga 0, Melgar 17, Marase 0, Nguyen 0. There are 2 abstentions, and there are 14 for no endorsement. The total number of votes were 33, minus abstentions is 31. The 50 plus 1 threshold is 16. So congratulations, Mirna Melgar. You received the rank 1 endorsement for District 7 Supervisor.
So just for the record, for the first place endorsement for District 7, Myrna Melgar, 17 votes, no endorsement, 14 votes, 2 abstentions. So Myrna Melgar gets the first place endorsement. Now we'll go on to the number 2, second place endorsement for District 7.
That's right. So your options now for rank 2 are Joel Engardio, Ben Matranga, Emily Marase, Velasco Wynn, abstain, or no endorsement. Member Avalos.
Win.
Win. Member Avalos, win. Member Baraka.
Win.
Member Baraka, win. Member Barry.
Win.
Member Barry, win. Member Campos.
Win.
Campos, win. Member Chen.
Win.
Member Chen, win. Member Dufty.
Win.
Member Dufty, win. Member Galata.
Win.
Member Galata, win. Member Haney.
Win.
Member Haney, win. Member Ibanez.
Win.
Member Ibanez, win. Member Kim.
Pass.
Member Lacroix.
Win.
Member Lacroix, win. Member Lee, win. Member Loftus.
Marase.
Loftus Marase. Member Lovett.
Win.
Member Lovett, win. Member Mandelman.
Win.
Member Mandelman, win. Member Marr.
Win.
Member Marr, win. Member Mahogany.
Win.
Member Mahogany, win. Member Win. Member, oh my gosh. Member Maliga.
Win.
Member Maliga, win. Member Morales.
Win.
Member Morales, win. Member Raju.
Win.
Member Raj, win. Member Ronan.
What? Win.
Member Ronan, win. Member Thomas.
Win.
Member Thomas. Member Tung.
No endorsement.
Member Tung, no endorsement. Member Williams.
Win.
Member Williams, win. Member Feinstein.
Matranga.
Member Feinstein, Matranga. Member Pelosi.
Abstain.
Member Pelosi, abstain. Member Spear.
Abstain.
Member Spear, abstain. Member Kounalakis.
Abstain.
Member Kounalakis, abstain. Member Ma.
Pass.
Member Cohen.
Abstain.
Member Cohen, abstain. Member Weiner.
No endorsement.
Member Weiner, no endorsement. Member Ting.
Marasi.
Member Ting, Marase, Member Chu.
Member Chu. Sorry?
Abstain.
Abstain. Member Chu. All right, going back to those who passed. Member Kim.
Abstain.
Member Kim, abstain. And
No
Member
endorsement.
Fielder, no endorsement. Okay, at the end of the rank 2 voting, we have 0 for Engardio, 1 for Matranga, 2 for Marase, 21 for Win. There are 6 abstentions and 3 no endorsements. The total minus abstentions is 7, meaning the vote to pass is 14. So with 21 votes, congratulations to Velasco Wynn. He secures the rank 2 endorsement for District 7 Supervisor.
For the record, Velasco Wynn is the number 2 endorsement for District 7. Now move on to the 3rd place endorsement for District 7.
Thank you. The choices you have are Joel Engardio, Ben Matranga, Emily Marase, abstain, or no endorsement. Avalos. Member Avalos?
Endorsement.
Member Avalos, no endorsement. Member Baraka?
No endorsement.
Member Baraka, no endorsement. Member Barry?
No endorsement.
Member Barry, no endorsement. Member Campos?
No endorsement.
Member Campos, no endorsement. Member Chen?
No endorsement.
Member Chen, no endorsement. Member Dufty?
Marase.
Member Dufty, Marase. Member Galata?
No endorsement.
Member Galata, no endorsement. Member Haney? Member Matt Haney?
No endorsement.
Member Matt Haney, no endorsement. Member Ibanez?
No endorsement.
Member Ibanez, no endorsement. Member Kim?
No endorsement.
Member Kim, no endorsement. Member Lacroix?
No endorsement.
Member Lacroix, no endorsement. Member Lee, no endorsement. Member Loftus?
Matranga.
Member Loftus Matranga. Member Lovett?
No endorsement.
Member Lovett, no endorsement. Member Mandelman?
Marase.
Member Mandelman, Marase. Member Marr?
Marase.
Member Marr, Marase. Member Mahogany?
No endorsement.
Member Mahogany, no endorsement. Member Maliga?
No endorsement.
Member Maliga, no endorsement. Member Morales?
No endorsement.
Member Morales, no endorsement. Member Raju?
No endorsement.
Member Raju, no endorsement. Member Ronan?
No endorsement.
Member Ronan.
Member Ronan, no endorsement. Member Thomas?
No endorsement.
Member Thomas, no endorsement. Member Tong?
Joel Engardio.
Member Tong, Engardio. Member Williams?
No endorsement.
Member Williams, no endorsement. Member Feinstein?
Matranga.
Member Feinstein, Matranga. Member Pelosi?
Abstain.
Member Pelosi, abstain. Member Spear?
Abstain.
Member Spear, abstain. Member Kounalakis?
No endorsement.
Member Kounalakis, no endorsement. Member Ma?
No endorsement.
Member Ma, no endorsement. Member Cohen?
Abstain.
Member Cohen, abstain. Member Wiener?
Joel Engardo.
Member Wiener, Engardio. Member Ting?
Marase.
Member Ting, Marase. Member Chu?
Abstain.
Abstain. At the end of rank 3 voting, the votes are Engardio 2, Matranga 2, Marase 4 abstentions, 21 no endorsements. The total minus abstentions is 29, so the threshold to pass is 15. And with 21 votes for no endorsement, we, as DCCC, are not making endorsement for rank 3.
So for District 7, the endorsements are Mirna Melgar for 1st place, Velasco Wynn for number 2, and no endorsement for number 3. Congratulations to everyone. We'll now move on to District 5.
Thank you. For rank 1, your options for District 5 Supervisor are Valley Brown, Daniel Landry, Namvula O'Mara, Dean Preston, abstain, or no endorsement. So for rank 1, Member Avalos.
Member Avalos.
Preston.
Member Avalos, Preston. Member Baraka.
Preston.
Member Baraka, Preston. Member Barry.
Preston.
Member Barry, Preston. Member Campos.
Preston.
Member Campos, Preston. Member Chen.
Preston.
Member Chen, Preston. Member Dufty.
Preston.
Member Dufty, Preston. Member Galata.
Preston.
Member Galata, Preston. Member Haney.
Preston.
Member Haney, Preston. Member Ibanez.
Preston.
Member Ibanez, Preston. Member Kim.
Preston.
Member Kim, Preston. Member Lacroix.
Preston.
Member Lacroix, Preston. Member Lee, Preston. Member Loftus.
Brown.
Member Loftus, Brown. Member Lovett.
Sorry about that.
All right.
Preston.
Member Lovett, Preston. Member Mandelman.
Preston.
Member Mandelman, Preston. Member Marr.
Preston.
Member Marr, Preston. Member Mahogany.
Preston.
Oh, he didn't have a
Member
chance.
Mahogany, Preston. Member Maliga.
Because we voted the majority.
Preston.
Member Maliga, Preston. Member Morales.
Hold on, if you can
Preston.
mute
Asked
if you
you.
can mute your
Member
microphone
Morales
if
is
you're not
present.
voting.
Member Avalos, your microphone is on. Jesus.
Member Raju.
Preston.
Member Raju, Preston. Member Ronan.
Preston.
Member Ronan, Preston. Member Thomas.
Preston.
Member Thomas, Preston. Member Tong.
Brown.
Member Tong, Brown. Member Williams.
Preston.
Member Williams, Preston. Member Feinstein.
Brown.
Member Feinstein, Brown. Member Pelosi.
Abstain.
Member Pelosi, abstain. Member Spear.
Abstain.
Member Spear, abstain. Member Kunalakis.
Brown.
Member Kunalakis, Brown. Member Ma.
Brown.
Member Ma, Brown. Member Cohen.
Abstain.
Member Cohen, abstain. Member Weiner.
Valley Brown.
Member Weiner, Brown. Member Ting.
Preston.
Member Ting, Preston. Member Chu.
Brown.
Member Chu, Brown. At the end of rank 1 voting, there are 7 votes for Brown, 0 for Landry, 0 for Romero, 23 for Preston. There are 3 and 0 no endorsements. Abstentions minus the 50 plus 1 is 16. And so with 23 votes, Dean Preston, congratulations, you received the rank 1 endorsement for District 5 Supervisor.
For the record, the votes are Preston 23, Brown 7, abstentions 3. Threshold is 16. Dean Preston gets the number 1 endorsement. Congratulations, Supervisor Preston. We'll now go on to the second place endorsement for District 5.
As a reminder, your options are Valley Brown, Daniel Landry, Nambula Amera, abstain, or no endorsement. Member Avalos.
No endorsement.
Member Avalos, no endorsement. Member Baraka.
No endorsement.
Member Baraka, no endorsement. Member Barry.
Member Barry. Laura,
Pass.
Pass. Member Campos.
no endorsement.
Member Campos. Member Chen.
Pass.
Member Dufty.
No endorsement.
Member Dufty, no endorsement. Member Galata.
No endorsements.
Member Galata, no endorsement. Member Haney.
No endorsement.
Member Haney, no endorsement. Member Ibanez.
No endorsement.
Member Ibanez, no endorsement. Member Kim.
No endorsement.
Member Kim, no endorsement. Member Lacroix.
Pass.
Member Lacroix, pass. Member Lee, pass. Member Loftus.
Valley Brown.
Member Loftus, Brown. Member,
No endorsement.
Member Lovett, no endorsement. Member Mandelman.
Abstain.
Member Mandelman, abstain. Member Marr.
No endorsement.
Member Marr, no endorsement. Member Mahogany.
No endorsement.
Member Mahogany, no endorsement. Member Maliga.
No endorsement.
Member Maliga, no endorsement. Member Morales.
No endorsement.
Member Morales, no endorsement. Member Raju.
No endorsement.
Member Raju, no endorsement. Member Ronan.
No endorsement.
Member Ronan, no endorsement. Member Thomas.
No endorsement.
Member Thomas, no endorsement. Member Tong.
Valley Brown.
Member Tong, Brown. Member.
Can you repeat
Who?
that? We couldn't hear you, Secretary.
Member Tong voted for Brown. On to Member.
You said Member Williams?
Yes, Chanel.
Williams?
Yeah, Landry.
Member Williams, Landry. Member Feinstein.
Brown.
Member Feinstein, Brown. Member Pelosi.
Abstain.
Member Pelosi, abstain. Member Spear.
Abstain.
Member Spear abstain. Member Kounalakis.
Abstain.
Member Kounalakis abstain. Member Ma.
Brown.
Member Ma, Brown. Member Cohen.
Brown.
Member Cohen, Brown. Member Weiner.
Brown.
Member Weiner, Brown. Member Ting.
No endorsement.
Member Ting, no endorsement. Member Chu.
Brown.
Member Chu, Brown. I'm going to go back to those who passed. Member Barry.
Landry.
Member Barry, Landry. Member Chen.
No endorsement.
Member Chen, no endorsement. Member Lacroix.
Landry.
Member Lacroix, Landry. Member Lee, I'm abstaining. So at the end of rank 2 voting, Valley Brown has received 7 votes. Daniel Landry has received 3 votes. Namvula O'Mara has received 0 votes. There are 5 abstentions, 18 no endorsements. The total minus abstentions is 28, making the threshold 15. And with 18 for no endorsement, we sole endorse Dean Preston for District 5 Supervisor, and voting for this ends.
Again, congratulations for District 5, sole endorsement for Supervisor Preston, no endorsement for second place or third place. We'll now move on to District 3.
Great. So District 3 for rank 1, your options are Aaron Peskin, Danny Sauter, abstain, or no endorsement.
I would like to make a motion to support Aaron Peskin, and if we could take that as acclamation.
Second.
Second.
There's a motion to support Aaron Peskin by acclamation. Is there any objections?
I object.
Okay, we have an objection, so we'll do a roll call.
And I know who objected.
Avalos.
No endorsement.
Okay, no endorsement. Member Baraka.
Peskin.
Member Baraka, Peskin. Member Barry.
Pass.
Member Campos.
Peskin.
Member Campos, Peskin. Member Chen.
Peskin.
Member Chen, Peskin. Member Dufty.
Peskin.
Member Dufty, Peskin. Member
Peskin.
Member Galata, Peskin. Member Haney.
Peskin.
Member Haney, Peskin. Member Ibanez.
Peskin.
Member Ibanez, Peskin. Member Kim.
Peskin.
Member Kim, Peskin. Member Lacroix.
Peskin.
Member Lacroix, Peskin. Member Lee. Member Lee, Peskin. Member Loftus.
Peskin.
Member Loftus, Peskin. Member Lovett.
Peskin.
Member Lovett, Peskin. Member Mandelman.
Peskin.
Member Mandelman, Peskin. Member Marr.
Peskin.
Member Marr, Peskin. Member Mahogany.
Peskin.
Member Mahogany, Peskin. Member Malika.
Peskin.
Member Malika, Peskin. Member Morales.
Pass.
Member Raju.
Peskin.
Member Raju, Peskin. Member Ronan.
Peskin.
Member Ronan, Peskin. Member Thomas.
Peskin.
Member Thomas, Peskin. Member Tong.
Peskin.
Member Tong. Member Williams.
Peskin.
Member Williams, Peskin. Member Feinstein.
Peskin.
Member Feinstein. Member Pelosi.
Peskin.
Member Pelosi, Peskin. Member Spear.
Abstain.
Member Spear, abstain. Member Kounalakis.
Peskin.
Member Kounalakis, Peskin. Member Ma.
Peskin.
Member Ma, Peskin. Member Cohen.
Peskin.
Member Cohen, Peskin. Member Weiner.
Abstain.
Member Weiner, abstain. Member Ting.
Peskin.
Member Ting, Peskin. Member Chu.
Peskin.
Member Chu, Peskin. To go back to those who passed, Mary.
No endorsement.
Member Barry, no endorsement. And then Member Morales.
Abstain.
Member Morales, abstain. So for rank 1 for District 3 Supervisor, there are 28 votes for Peskin, 0 for Sauter. There are 3 abstentions, 2 no endorsements. Total minus abstentions is 30, meaning the threshold is 16. And with 28 rank 1 votes, congratulations to Aaron Peskin. He has received the rank 1 endorsement.
Congratulations, Supervisor Peskin, with 28 of the 33 votes. We will now and then no endorsement, 2 votes and 3 abstentions. Will now go to the second place endorsement for District 3.
Can I move no endorsement by acclamation?
We have a motion for no endorsement by acclamation. Is there an-
Second, no, I would like to vote.
Objection.
Yes,
I have an objection.
so there's an objection, so we'll do a roll call.
Who objected?
Member Tongue.
Sorry, who was that?
Member Tung.
Got it, sorry. Okay, Member Avlos.
Sorry, are we on District 1 now?
No,
This is,
you're on.
Spreadsheet, no endorsement,
Second place.
no endorsement.
Avlos, no endorsement. Member Baraka.
No endorsement.
Member Raka, no endorsement. Member Barry.
No endorsement.
Member Barry, no endorsement. Member Campos.
No endorsement.
Member Campos, no endorsement. Member Chen.
No endorsement.
Member Chen, no endorsement. Member Dufty.
No endorsement.
Member Dufty, no endorsement. Member Galata.
No endorsement.
Member Galata, no endorsement. Member Haney.
No endorsement.
Member Haney, no endorsement. Member Ibanez.
No endorsement.
Member Ibanez, no endorsement. Member Kim.
No endorsement.
Member Kim, no endorsement. Member Lacroix.
No endorsement.
Member Lacroix, no endorsement. Member Lee, no endorsement. Member Loftus.
No endorsement.
Member Loftus, no endorsement. Member Lovett.
No endorsement.
Member Lovett, no endorsement. Member Mandelman.
No endorsement.
Member Mandelman, no endorsement. Member Marr.
No endorsement.
Member Marr, no endorsement. Member Mahogany.
No endorsement.
Member Mahogany, no endorsement. Member Maliga.
No endorsement.
Member Maliga, no endorsement. Member Morales.
No endorsement.
Member Morales, no endorsement. Member Raju.
No endorsement.
Member Raju, no endorsement. Member Ronan.
No endorsement.
Member Ronan, no endorsement. Member Thomas.
No endorsement.
Member Thomas, no endorsement. Member Tong.
Souter.
Member Tong, Souter. Member Williams.
No endorsement.
Member Williams, no endorsement. Member Feinstein.
Abstain.
Member Feinstein, abstain. Member Pelosi.
No endorsement.
Member Pelosi, no endorsement. Member Spear.
No endorsement.
Member Spear, no endorsement. Member Kounalakis.
No endorsement.
Member Kounalakis, no endorsement. Member Ma.
No endorsement.
Member Ma, no endorsement. Member Cohen.
No endorsement.
Member Cohen, no endorsement. Member Weiner.
Abstain.
Member Weiner, abstain. Member Ting.
No endorsement.
Member Ting, no endorsement. Member Chu.
No endorsement.
Member Chu, no endorsement. So at the end of rank 2 voting, Sauter has received 1 vote. There are 2 abstentions and 30 no endorsements. The threshold to pass was 16. And with 30 votes for no endorsement, there's no endorsement for rank 2, and Aaron Peskin receives the District 3 Supervisor sole endorsement.
Congratulations, Supervisor Peskin, on your sole endorsement. We'll move on to District 1.
Okay, District 1 Supervisor for rank 1, your options are Connie Chan, Amanda Inocencio, David Lee, Andrew Majalia, Marjan Philauer, Veronica Shizato, abstain, or no endorsement. Once again, Member Avlos.
Pass.
Member Braca. Chan. Member Braca Chan. Member Barry.
Chan.
Member Barry Chan. Member Campos.
And
Member Campos Chan. Member Chen.
Chan.
Member Chen Chan. Member Dufty.
Chan.
Member Dufty Chan. Member Galata.
Chan.
Member Galata Chan. Member Haney.
Chan.
Member Haney Chan. Member Ibanez.
Chan.
Member Ibanez Chan. Member Kim.
Chan.
Member Kim Chan. Member Lacroix.
Chan.
Member Lacroix Chan. Member Lee. Member Lee Chan. Member Loftus.
Chan.
Member Loftus Chan. Member Lovett.
Chan.
Member Lovett Chan. Member Mandelman.
Chan.
Member Mandelman Chan. Member Marr.
Chan.
Member Marr Chan. Member Mahogany.
Chan.
Member Mahogany Chan. Member Maliga.
Chan.
Member Maliga Chan. Member Morales.
Chan.
Member Morales Chan. Member Raju.
Chan.
Member Raju Chan. Member Ronan.
Chan.
Member Ronan Chan. Member Thomas.
Chan.
Member Thomas Chan. Member Tong.
Philauer.
Member Tung, Philauer. Member Williams.
Chan.
Member Williams, Chan. Member Feinstein.
Philauer.
Member Feinstein, Philauer. Member Pelosi.
Abstain.
Member Pelosi, abstain. Member Spear.
Abstain.
Member Spear, abstain. Member Kounalakis.
Abstain.
Member Kounalakis, abstain. Member Ma.
Philauer.
Member Ma, Philauer. Member Cohen.
Philauer.
Member Cohen, Philauer. Member Weiner.
Marjan, Philauer.
Member Weiner, Philauer. Member Ting.
Chan.
Member Ting, Chan. Member Chu.
Philauer.
Member Chu, Philauer. And Member Avalos, back to you as the only person who passed.
Abstain.
Member Avalos, abstain. So the end of rank 1 voting for District 1 Supervisor. Connie Chan has received 23 votes. Inocencio, 0. Lee, 0. Majalia, 0. Philauer, 6 votes. Gonzado, 0. There are 4 abstentions and 0 no endorsements votes. The total minus abstentions is 29, meaning the threshold is 15. 23 votes for rank 1. Congratulations to Connie Chan for receiving the rank 1 endorsement for District 1 Supervisor.
So again, congratulations, Connie Chan, for receiving the number 1 endorsement with 23 of the 33 votes, 6 for Marjan Philauer and 4 abstentions. We'll move on to the second place endorsement for District 1.
Thank you. The options are Amanda Inocencio, David Lee, Andrew Majalia, Marjan Philauer, Veronica Gonzado, abstain or no endorsement. So for rank 2, Avalos.
Member Avalos.
I'm gonna pass. Member Baraka.
No endorsement.
Member Baraka, no endorsement. Member Barry.
No endorsement.
Member Barry, no endorsement. Member Campos.
No endorsement.
Member Campos, no endorsement. Member Chen.
No endorsement.
Member Chen, no endorsement. Member Dufty.
No endorsement.
Member Dufty, no endorsement. Member Galata.
No endorsement.
Member Galata, no endorsement. Member Haney.
No endorsement.
Member Haney, no endorsement. Member Ibanez. Member
Ibanez.
No endorsement.
Member Ibanez, no endorsement. Member Kim.
No endorsement.
Member Kim, no endorsement. Member Lacroix.
No endorsement.
Member Lacroix, no endorsement. Member Lee, no endorsement. Member Loftus.
No endorsement.
Member Loftus, no endorsement. Member Lovett.
No endorsement.
Member Lovett, no endorsement. Member Mandelman.
Gonzado.
Member Mandelman, Shinzado. Member Marr.
No endorsement.
Member Marr, no endorsement. Member Mahogany.
No endorsement.
Member Mahogany, no endorsement. Member Maliga.
No endorsement.
No endorsement. Member Morales.
No endorsement.
Member Morales, no endorsement. Member Raju.
No endorsement.
Member Raju, no endorsement. Member Ronan.
No endorsement.
Member Ronan, no endorsement. Member Thomas.
No endorsement.
Member Thomas, no endorsement. Member Tong.
Philauer.
Member Tong, Philauer. Member Williams.
No endorsement.
Member Williams, no endorsement. Member Feinstein.
Philauer.
Member Feinstein, Philauer. Member Pelosi.
Abstain.
Member Pelosi, abstain. Member Spear.
Abstain.
Member Spear, abstain. Member Kounalakis.
Abstain.
Member Kounalakis, abstain. Member Ma.
Philauer.
Member Ma, Philauer. Member Cohen.
Abstain.
Member Cohen, abstain. Member Weiner.
Marjan Philauer.
Member Weiner, Philauer. Member Ting.
No endorsement.
Member Ting, no endorsement. Member Chu.
Philauer.
Member Chu, Philauer. And then Member Avalos, are you here?
Member Avalos.
No endorsement.
Member Avalos, no endorsement. At the end of the rank 2 voting, Inocencio, 0. Lee, 0. Majalia, 0. Philauer, 5 votes. Shinzado, 1 vote. There are 4 abstentions, 23 no endorsement. The 50 plus 1 threshold is 15. And so with 23 votes for no endorsement, congratulations, Connie, you have received the sole endorsement for District 1 Supervisor.
Again, congratulations to Connie Chan for getting the sole endorsement for District 1. And again, to all the folks that have been endorsed for districts 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11, congratulations. We are proud to support you and look forward to working with all of our endorsed candidates as we move forward through the campaign for the November election. And again, we will have the next endorsement meeting on ballot measures, a special meeting on August 5th. We'll now move on to the next item on the agenda, which is item number 7, which is a resolution supporting California State Senate Bill 793, which is authored by Senator Jerry Hill and co-authored by Senators Glazer, McGuire, Pan, Skinner, and Weiner, to restrict sales of flavored e-cigarettes and all other flavored tobacco products to combat use by youth. That's a resolution by Member Lovett. Member Lovett?
All right, I will make this succinct because it is past 11. We know that companies marketing tobacco products have really targeted youth, especially with vaping products that have flavorings, including menthol, fruit, etc. And so this resolution is really about protecting our youth and our communities of color. In San Francisco, our voters have spoken a number of times. In 2018, with Prop E, that meant we took this lead on saying no to flavored tobacco products. And then more recently, last year, the voters soundly overturned the attempts by Juul to put out a resolution that would have stymied the effects of an ordinance to ban e-cigarette sales in San Francisco City and County. So with this history, we come to the present moment when COVID is afflicting so many people, and UCSF researchers just this month have released a study showing the outcomes for people who are users of tobacco, and both smoking and vaping, and the impacts of that usage on serious lung conditions is very severe. And a third of males, and less of a percentage, about 30% for females. So we know that this is a great risk, both in terms of vulnerability to contract COVID and also the severity of disease. And this was focused on severity of disease. So we urge that the DCCC will support the Senate bill, which has a lot of support right now. It was authored in the Senate and also joined now by many co-sponsors in the Assembly as well. And so let's, shall we do a vote, or shall we do this in a different way by acclamation?
I would move by acclamation that we.
Second. Sure.
Important
So
resolution.
we have a motion by acclamation, a second.
I have one item I wanted to mention on this before we vote.
Yeah, you could, yeah. I'm just gonna say, go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, so we just wanted to make sure that Ting and Chu were added as co-authors of this, not co-sponsors of the resolution, but Ting and Chu both helped write this Senate bill, and we wanted that to be reflected here.
Sure.
Thank you.
So if we could, yes, if we could for the minutes and whatever for the future that were added as people in the delegation to co-author, but also Ting, if we could add a co-sponsor to the resolution too.
Yes, if you'd like to co-sponsor this resolution, can you just type it in chat, please? Thank you, and that will be reflected in the notes.
So we have a motion and a second to vote by acclamation. Do we have any objection to that?
Yeah, Member Ma would like to abstain.
Okay, so with that abstention, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? One abstention, and again,
Make that 2 abstentions, please.
2 abstentions with
Received.
Baraka and Ma. And those of you who want to co-sponsor, please type it in the notes. Thank you very much. The next item is item 8, which is a resolution by Member Barry. Are you still doing that, Member Barry?
Yes.
So this is a resolution that supports the Karen Act and criminalizing racially discriminatory 911 calls. Member Barry, and I'd like to be added as a co-sponsor.
Thank you.
Members, I actually wanted to bring this resolution at an earlier date, and when I saw Supervisor Shaman Walton was going to make it an actual ordinance to where people who made these frivolous calls to 911 would get fined, I was thankful that he did most of the work. I just real quickly wanted to just share that myself have been called 911 for frivolous reasons. One time because I locked my door at an examining room because I wanted privacy while I changed my clothes. So the lady called 911 and said she was scared I would steal her laptop. Another time I got called 911 because I asked somebody for something in the hospital, and the lady was very disrespectful to me. And I did clap back and I said a French word to her. So she then called the police on me. The third time I was called on by the police, a lady pushed me by a counter and had access to my open purse. And I told her she needed to say, excuse me. So she called 911 because I demanded that she say, excuse me. And she called 911 and told them I was going to shoot her. The fourth time I had 911 called on me, I was on my way off ramp and I honked my horn at someone who cut me off. And she called the police. 5 police cars showed up, surrounded me, pointed the gun at my head and my black male passenger's head. Said the lady just called them and said I was waving a silver gun. So this is a matter that can mean life and death to the Black community when these people call 911. And I hope that we can get this passed where we support Supervisor Shaman Walton in his endeavor to make it a fine for people that do these type of calls. The Karen Act.
Well, colleagues, any other comments? Thank you very much to Member Barry and to Supervisor Walton for bringing this forward. And I just have to say that I think any person of color, especially African Americans, but it's not just African Americans, can be the target of this. And there is a sense that I think some white folks have that it is their job to police people of color. And that is not your job. You know, and if there's that side of you that thinks that someone is out of place, question whether or not that's really your prejudice or something else that's speaking, because you know, just mind your own business. It is not your job to police people of color in this city or anywhere else, and hopefully San Francisco would get that. Thank you, Supervisor Walton, for making this illegal as it should be. Any other comments? Yes, Member Loftus.
I would move that we pass this by acclamation.
We have a motion to pass by acclamation. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Member Lee. Is there any objection? Without objection, all those in, are you seriously?
Abstain.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any objection? Okay, any abstentions?
Chair Campos, I'm only abstaining tonight just because I didn't have an opportunity to discuss this with the Lieutenant Governor, but that's the only reason.
Yeah, well, I think the Lieutenant Governor would not be happy to hear she abstained on that vote. But so abstention by Koulounakis and Feinstein. Thank you. We'll now move on to announcements.
Thank you.
Can I ask, Mr. Chairman, could I ask a question?
Yes.
I just want to make sure I understand it. So for the calendar. So August 5th is the vote for ballot initiatives. But
Yes.
we're still doing school board and
Yes.
college board, BART board, or is there a BART board? I don't know if there
Yes.
on the
Yes.
there is on the 26th. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, thank you very much. Just want to make sure I have my calendar right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And if we can now move on to the next item, which is announcements. And I will turn it over to our Vice Chair for Partnerships, Member Galata.
Thanks, Chair Campos. Okay, keep this quick. We have 2 virtual action meetings that we're partnering with the California Democratic Party on. Susan Pfeiffer mentioned this in her public comment. Our next meetings are this Saturday, July 25th at 11 a.m. and next Thursday, July 30th at 6:30 p.m. These events are for folks that we know who are fed up and who want to take action and do something right now. So we all know people who are wanting to take action. And so please share this information with your networks, with friends, family, help share it on social media. I'll be following up via email with members with the details for these 2 events, and would just really appreciate your help getting the word out, and hope you can attend as well. I want to thank member Barry, who joined us for our first virtual action meeting last week, and to thank Karima and our wonderful interns for all of their help with these events. One thing I wanted to share tonight, so we have been in active conversation with Speaker Pelosi and her team over the past few months on how we can build off of the success of our partnership in 2018 with the Red to Blue SF headquarters. And I'm really excited that we get to announce tonight that we are going to be partnering again with the speaker to launch a virtual volunteer hub and space called Vote Blue SF. And the Vote Blue SF is going to be a virtual hub for folks to get informed, to volunteer, and to take action to take back our country. And of course, we wish that we could be in a physical space and organize together for November, but just due to the resurgence of COVID-19, we're taking it virtual, but we are going to do everything we can to take back the White House, flip the Senate, and protect our Democratic majority. We're planning to partner with a number of our groups that we've worked with before, who are actively organizing phone banks, text banks, postcard parties, the folks that have been doing the work like Swing Left, Democracy Action, and our goal is to get San Francisco Democrats and all of our past volunteers who came through our doors at Red to Blue SF to get plugged in to these events. So we invite all of you to join a virtual announcement this coming Sunday, July 26th, so that we can officially kick off the Vote Blue SF. Which is also Sunday also marks 100 days until the November election. So I'll be following up with you all on more specific details, but I hope that you can join us along with Speaker Pelosi and Team Pelosi. And I just want to thank, on behalf of the party, the speaker and her team for their commitment to making this happen despite the circumstances we're in, and just for their continued partnership with the San Francisco Democratic Party on this effort.
Thank you, Vice Chair Galata. And I want to just give Speaker Pelosi an opportunity. Gary, if you want to add anything. But again, this is really critical. This is one of the most important things that we have before us, making sure that we have a successful effort and that San Francisco Democrats are influencing what happens in the state and national level. So Gary, anything else to add?
No, just, folks, if they can make it on Sunday, that would be fabulous. We'll be able to sort of introduce everyone to the new hub and go from there.
And then the last thing, to our executive director, I know that regional director wanted to make an announcement about the e-board that's coming up this weekend. Karima, anything that you want to say on behalf of Kenny?
No.
Okay, so I think, just so you know that our 3 representatives to the e-board, besides myself, it's Vice Chair Leah Lacroix and also Member Haney. And so that will be happening in the next few days. And the last thing that I would say, unrelated but nevertheless important to all of us, that this COVID-19 virus is very much present in San Francisco. Numbers are going up, and it's happening, by the way, mostly in informal gatherings, people letting their guard down because they're socializing with friends and family. So please be watchful, and everyone take care of yourselves, take care of your families. Thank you, all of you, for being a part of this process, and we're going to work together. And I want to thank our executive director and our interns. And Karima, you're going to have the last word, because I want you to name the interns that worked to make this happen.
Sure, and I just want to mention Amy texted me. So yes, she has something that she wanted to mention about the executive board meeting this weekend. The registration is still open. It was supposed to be closed today, but they extended it until Friday. I will forward you the email to register as a member of the public, of course, if you want to assist and see the caucuses and the meetings. About the interns, yes. We have Zoe, who was in charge of the chat with me today. We had Fidel and Alan, who were doing the Facebook with Priscilla, and Emmanuel was trying to manage the incoming and outgoing speakers. So yes, thank you so much for your help. And thank you so much for your help during also the endorsement process, which we had on Saturday. And it was wonderful to have a team with me doing all of this. So thank you.
And I'll have the last word and thank the co-chairs of this endorsement process, Co-Chair Barry and Co-Chair Ibanez. Thank you very much for your amazing work. Greatly appreciated. And we will see you all, San Francisco Democrats, on August 5th, when we will hear about all the resolutions. So with that, seeing no further business before the committee, the meeting of the DCCC is adjourned. Thank you.